and get over 47,000 live events all year long. All of ESPN, all in one place. ESPN, always in season.
The Fantasy Focus Football Podcast.
I'm going to answer these questions, and then I'm going to move on and not acknowledge them further.
I will say this. I think it's hilarious that these top quarterbacks, we're talking about benching for these guys. Mike, I know you got more on the list, but, unbelievable that we're even having a conversation about Tyler Shuck or Matthew Stafford, J.J. McCarthy or Lamar Jackson. Unbelievable that we even have to have this conversation.
Check it out on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. Amber and Ian.
I have had this discussion with many a parent, anybody who tells me that on a day in, day out basis, you don't have a favorite child. You're full of crap. Tell me right now, who's your favorite kid today?
My favorite kid today? I don't know if I have one today.
That's a blatant lie. I'm looking right at you.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
The college football playoff continues with the quarterfinals. On New Year's Eve, Ohio State and Miami clash in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Then, in a New Year's Day triple header, Texas Tech and Oregon face off in the Capital One Orange Bowl. Then, Indiana and Alabama battle in the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential. In primetime, Georgia confronts Ole Miss in the All-State Sugar Bowl. The college football playoff quarterfinals begin New Year's Eve at 7:30 p.m. Eastern and continue New Year's Day at noon Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is Freddie and Harry.
Fred, I would also recommend a bidet to everyone out there, especially men. Not only will you be satisfied, probably your underoos would be too. The bidet plus Manscaped.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
We still got underoos in the 21st century in these streets? I just want to
because, it's a lot of grown men out there still wear those V-cuts, the tighty-whitey V-cuts.
Wow.
I'm here to tell you, you need to retire the V-cuts.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Hey, did you miss Clinton and Friends?
Dodger Drew in New Mexico. You're on with Clinton Yates and David Dennis Jr.
How you doing, gentlemen? If I can't glean you for a minute, I'm lucky enough to be able in my work to listen to the whole lineup, unsportsmanlike, you guys, eyes and whatnot. Clinton, you guys put on the best product. I'm glad you're getting some recognition on the big show. I love your show.
Clinton and Friends, weekdays from 10 to noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Good afternoon.
Not everybody's mailing it in around here. Mason and Ireland. Andy Kamenetzky filling in for Mason. I'm so glad you're here. I just told Andy off the air he's like the perfect guest host today because we're going to get heavy into Lakers and we're going to get heavy into USC, who plays where Andy went to USC. And for those of you who don't know, Andy and his brother Brian host the Locked On Lakers podcast. I think in a lot of ways, you're one of maybe, I think I can count them on two hands, one of the people that is actually more covers the Lakers more than I do.
Well, if nothing else, what I am very entrenched in between, you just mentioned the podcast, but also Lakers talk each week right here.
Right.
I interact with Laker fans a lot.
Which is going to come in handy today.
Directly
for
and
sure.
Speak directly with Laker fans a lot.
Brian Cohen has taken the oath, along with me, that he would not mail it in over the last 2 weeks of the year. BC, right. How you doing?
Doing good.
Good to have you. Michael Funches, who's my producer on the Laker broadcast, so they're making him come in to do these.
You know what we
Funch,
are?
how we doing?
I'm good.
You know what we are? We are what J.J. Redick says he's looking for. We're the care factor guys.
Yep.
We are in here. We are bringing effort every single show.
I'm glad you took me there because we're going to get into a lot today. We're going to get into NFL. The Rams play tonight. Matter of fact, we're leading you right up to Rams football. Andy and I are going to be with you till 3:15, and then we're going to hand it off. Who's doing Rams pre-Funch? Is Travis completely out of the picture for 2 weeks?
I think Travis
or is he coming in?
Yeah,
Travis coming in? All right, so we'll see Travis later today. I know DeMarco will be a part of the game tonight. And
Sua. I believe Sua is part of this.
Yeah, so hopefully all those guys, we'll have a chance to talk to them later. Did not go the Rams' way this weekend. They needed Seattle to lose. They needed San Francisco to lose. Neither one of those things happened. And, Andy, before we get into the Lakers, I'll just say, man, is the NFL in a good place. 2 weeks ago, after that Rams-Seahawks game, I said, that's one of the best 10 NFL games I have ever seen. And last night, Niners-Bears, right next to it. Right next to it. It reminded me of Chiefs-Rams. I said to Funch, because Funch sits next to me at the Laker games, I said to Funch, this game has the least amount of defense I've ever seen. And he correctly said, Rams-Chiefs 5 years ago. And it was almost a carbon copy. Yeah, nobody could stop anybody.
I got to watch the first hour or so of the Niners-Bears game before the Lakers started, and then I had to put the Lakers on my main screen, and then I had Bears-Niners on my phone to my side, no volume, but every now and then I would steal a peek over there. Incredible game. Just incredible.
Only game in NFL history, folks, ever, that has been tied at 7, tied at 14, tied at 21, tied at 28, tied at 35. It has never happened before last night.
Really?
Yep, ever. Like, some teams will position back, but there's never been touchdown, 6 times in a row like there was, or 7 times in a row like there was last night.
That's crazy.
Yeah, first time in
all
NFL
these
history.
Years, that's never happened.
Never. And then when the Bears went up 38-35, I saw the stuff on my timeline because I was calling the Laker game. I saw the stuff on the timeline. Field goals ain't winning this game. Field goals ain't winning this game. And sure enough, they did.
And the Bears came so close to getting that touchdown last play. Caleb Williams comes up maybe, like a foot and a half short of Luther Burden in the end zone?
Right.
Unbelievable.
And the hook and ladder almost worked on the play before that would have won the game.
I don't know what was
2 hook and ladders yesterday in the NFL.
I think there was more. I actually think there were more. Like, there was something in the air yesterday that was hook and ladder fever. They didn't all work, but I think there were at least 3.
Yeah, matter of fact, there was one that somebody fumbled.
Yes, that was Indianapolis-Jacksonville.
And Jacksonville was moving the ball pretty good when they fumbled it.
Yes.
But the NFL's never been in a better place. Andy, think about this. Any team, with the exception of that division that has Carolina and New Orleans, okay, that team, whoever wins that, the other 6 teams that are going to be in the playoffs, if you told me that's who I'm picking to win the Super Bowl, I wouldn't call you crazy. Yeah. You pick Seattle, yeah. Niners, yeah. Eagles, yeah. Rams, yeah. Packers, I could see it. I mean, it's never been this wide open. Here's another example of that. If I asked you who you're voting for Coach of the Year, all right, I, personally would vote for Ben Johnson of the Bears. But if you told me I'm voting for Liam Cohen in Jacksonville, I'm voting for Mike Rabel in New England, I'm voting for Kyle Shanahan, who lost his whole team.
I know.
All of his best players. Lost his quarterback for 6 weeks.
Sean Payton's been doing great things in Denver with a still inexperienced quarterback.
There are 6 different names that you could throw out, and I would look at you and say, not crazy.
Yeah.
And having said that, as somebody who roots for the Rams, I wouldn't trade Sean McVay for any of them. That's how good the NFL is right now, and we'll get into it over the course of the show. But since I've got you here, and I don't get to work with you as much as I used to, I want to get into this Laker thing because I, as you know, Andy, see the world through purple and gold colored glasses. I'm not overly critical of them because I want to keep my job. but this team, and I'm throwing out last night because last night was against a terrible Sacramento team that they blew out of the gym like they should. Good for them. Good win. Ended the 3-game losing streak. But I don't think you're looking at me crazy if I come out and say this team is broken, because it is. And the question is, how do you fix it? And I've heard you talk about this before. I know you did the Power Hour with your brother on Friday. I'm not sure. Everybody says they got to make a trade. They got to make a trade. Is there a trade in your mind that they could make that fixes what's broken?
Probably not, because it would probably require multiple trades, and they don't have enough assets, I think, to make multiple trades on that type of level. they could make trades that perhaps make things better. And truth be told, this is not a team that should be considered an inner circle contender to begin with.
You just hit the nail on the head, and it's something you brought up on Friday. The Lakers have to stop acting like the NBA trade machine is like a Play-Doh machine where you put a for people who aren't old enough. Matter of fact, Brian, do you know what Play-Doh is?
Oh, of course. Come on now.
Fudge?
Yeah. Play-Doh's still big.
Yeah. Okay, so Play-Doh is you get this glob of, like, I'll just call it clay. It's not clay, but it's like clay. And you put it through a shaped thing, and it comes out a finished product.
Yep.
This is not that. In the NBA, the trade machine is not a Play-Doh machine. You hit the nail on the head. The way the Lakers can become competitive, and I agree with you. Right now, if the playoffs started, I don't think the Lakers would come out of there. They're not right.
No.
But all they should be focused on is getting better. That's it. Not a trade that is going to transform or change the world, all right? Every time a big name comes up for trade, my phone buzzes. Like yesterday came out Trae Young. Trae Young's not going to fix the Lakers' problems. If they go out and get
Trae Young is an awful idea for the Lakers. It's just
but I'm just saying that's what Laker fans react to. They go, Trae Young, 5-time All-Star. We get him. Nobody's stopping us. There's only one ball, folks.
The Lakers aren't going to be stopping anyone if you bring in Trae Young.
Right. But what you said just now, all they should be focused on is get better, get better, get better. If they can get incrementally better each month, and last night was the first win in December at home on the 28th, all right? If they would have lost that game, there's a chance they don't win a game at home in the whole month of December because Detroit's coming in tomorrow, and they lost to the Clippers last night, and they're going to be mad. And Detroit's really good. Not that the Lakers can't beat them. Maybe the Lakers do.
Detroit's good, man.
They've been struggling on this road trip, Detroit. They've lost some games they should probably win. They lost to Utah. They lost to the Clippers. I mean, it's bad. But I think, Andy, all the Lakers can do is get a little bit better. And then if they can get the defense, so I'll use the word functional, okay? Right now it isn't. I mean, if you watch that Houston game on Christmas, Houston did whatever they want. They were more athletic. They were sharper. Lakers don't defend the three. The good news for Laker fans is defensive problems are easier to fix than offensive problems most of the time because offensive players require tremendous amount of skill to get the ball in the basket. If you make it to the NBA, chances are you can score on almost anybody one-on-one. Defensively, you have to play on a string. You have to play collect. The Lakers right now are a broken string. and part of the issue is, can we assume for the sake of today's show, just for the sake of conversation, because I know you and I have disagreed about this in the past, but getting out of the LeBron business this season is not happening.
No.
He will be on the Lakers for the rest of this year.
Where's he going to go? What's the trade?
I heard Bill Simmons today say, the Warriors and Lakers should trade Jimmy Butler for LeBron. It's not happening.
No.
LeBron has a no-trade clause. He loves living in L.A. His son's on the team. I think he's going to retire at the end of the year. Even if he doesn't retire, I think the Lakers are not going to offer him another max contract.
Nor should they.
And Rich Paul has said, if they don't offer him a max contract, I'm out.
I mean, I don't know what team is going to offer LeBron a max contract, but that's a separate issue.
Right. For the sake of our discussion, let's say LeBron is staying, and
he's staying.
And the job that JJ has is managing. I'll use Byron Scott as an example. I'm a Byron Scott fan. People who know me and know Byron know I like him a lot.
He's awesome.
Byron was told, we're hiring you to get us through the Kobe Bryant era. And then when Kobe was at the end of his career and he wasn't playing defense, people would go to Byron and say, why don't you bench him when he gets burned 3 times in a row on defense? And Byron said, I would never do that to him. He's too great of a player. That's kind of LeBron, but if you watch JJ carefully, LeBron was great last night. 11 out of 13 from the field, really smart on shots, defending what he could. You notice what JJ always does with LeBron? He takes him out in key parts of the fourth quarter every game. He'll let him start the fourth, play about 3 minutes. When the game's about to be decided, from like the 9 to the 4 minute mark, LeBron's never out of the floor.
Well, it's also, too, I mean, especially now with no Austin, and Austin is likely going to be out 4 to 6 weeks.
At least.
People need to remember the reevaluation is in a month. That's not Austin back.
No, you're
That's
100% right.
Reevaluation.
I think 6 weeks is more honest than 4.
Right. So temper those expectations. Some of this staggering is going to be happening because JJ is going to be looking to have one of Luka and LeBron on the floor at all times.
As he should.
Right. Absolutely. Which means you have to find rests where one is on, one is off. And some of this is looking for the natural period to rest LeBron. You bring Luka back in. So that's going to dictate some of these decisions. The difference, though, between LeBron right now and Kobe during that period you just described with Byron is that, frankly, it wasn't just Kobe's defense. It was Kobe's offense. Like, Kobe was just post-Achilles.
LeBron's offense is actually pretty decent.
It post-Achilles, I mean, it's understandable. Kobe was a shell of himself. And, offensively, he was not the same guy as he had been before. So there is more utility in this version of LeBron now, even acknowledging those flaws that totally exist, than there was with Kobe then. And that's a good thing for the Lakers now.
All right, give me your opinion on this. You and I have both talked about this on the air and off. We would take Rui out of the starting lineup and move him to the second unit where he would be more featured and he would get more shots.
Mm-hmm.
And we would put a guy, for now, you and I would probably both opt for Vando because he plays more defense and we need Marcus Smart's out there. Explain to me why you think, because you and I would both make that move. Why haven't they?
There's a chance there could be some small P politics going on where you're concerned about losing Rui if you move him to the bench.
What about this? Okay, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I personally feel like, you should be able to explain to Rui, this is not a demotion. This is actually about getting more from you.
It's Lamar Odom in 2009.
Right, but also, too, with all sincere respect to Rui, and I'm a proponent of Rui, you don't dictate your starting lineups based on the small P politics of your fifth best player. Like, that's just lunacy. And if that's part of it, that's ridiculous. I think the other piece of, though, to be honest, JJ leans towards offense. And I think he sees Rui's spacing and shooting as an integral part of the offense and getting off to good starts.
Which Vando does not do, right? If we're being honest. You and I are advocating this.
Right.
If JJ was here and he said that to us, guys, it would shoot our offense in the foot.
I would say that, your offense isn't that great anyway, so what are you protecting? Like, it's that Seinfeld, it's 3 a.m.
Right.
I'm at a cockfight. What am I clinging to?
Right.
Their offense isn't elite to begin with. B, you don't use Rui anyway. Like, particularly in first quarters that have been the Luka show, you really don't use him. So he's kind of become a floor-stretching non-shooter, which is not a thing.
And in our world, what you and I are advocating, you would use him. If he was out there in the second unit, he becomes the number 2 option. He gets more shots. That's how I would sell it to him.
I think he would get way more shots. If this is a small P politics thing, then everybody, including Rui, needs to get over it. If it is a philosophical thing from JJ, I just think he's wrong. And the proof is in the first quarters where the Lakers have been one of the worst first quarter teams in the league. So whatever JJ's looking for, it's not working anyway.
One thing that I thought I had last night was maybe the reason he's leaving Rui in the starting lineup now that Austin's going to be out for 6 weeks is that Marcus Smart is a point of attack defender. And now Marcus Smart is starting. So he doesn't need Vando because he has another point of attack defender. What do you think of that theory?
I think it's totally wrong. Because
tell me why.
Because you have Luka, LeBron, and Rui. All three of them are best suited to guard either 4s or maybe even small ball 5s. They're not meant to be guarding or best suited guarding smaller wings or guards.
Right.
And
like Amen Thompson.
Right. And we've seen this now over and over. JJ's not going to ask Luka to do it. He's not going to ask LeBron to do it. So we often see, by design, these aren't like forced mismatches. This is design. Rui often ends up guarding those wings and those guards, and that's not a fair ask to Rui. I mean, he's not a great defender to begin with, but you're asking a not great defender to guard out of position. So putting Smart in the starting lineup without a second guard, typically it would, I guess, be Austin, to guard another team's perimeter guy or smaller wing, you're just substituting a different person while allowing the same problem to persist.
And to your point, by the way, Vando can guard guards, forwards, centers. He can guard all those dudes.
Yes.
So maybe that's the case. All right. Well, Rams play tonight in Atlanta on ESPN LA. And we'll get into what's going on in the NFL with seeding. I think the Rams need to, like Sean McVay loves to rest people at the end of the year. He did it last year. It worked out for him. I think he needs to do the opposite this time around, and I'll explain why next. Brian's here. Michael Funches is here. Andy and Mace. I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it a Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Get ready, SoCal. The ultimate entertainment destination is now open. Hard Rock Casino to Home, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield, is your 24/7 home for all the action. Enjoy nonstop gaming, unforgettable dining, and live entertainment, all in one electrifying spot. It's the new hot spot for ESPN LA fans. Whether you're celebrating a big win or just soaking in that legendary Hard Rock energy, the wait is over. Hard Rock Casino to Home is now open. This is how SoCal plays.
It's exactly what everyone wanted. The best offers of the season during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru Fullerton, where we will donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Take advantage of 1.9% financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Premium all-wheel drive.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers of vehicles will qualify. $325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and an additional $75 from Ocean Subaru Fullerton, plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. Offers do not combine. See dealer for complete details. Expires 12/31/2025.
When life hits hard and you need a championship-winning team on your side, like Normand Legal and Joseph S. Normand, proud partners of ESPN LA for over 15 years. If you've been in an accident, don't face it alone. Normand Legal goes full throttle, tackling every obstacle and fighting to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Just like the best teams in LA, they've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts. Call 213-747-1234. That's 213-747-1234 or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
Hey there, it's James Worthy. If you work in an office, make deliveries, or you're a labor worker and have back, knee, and shoulder pain, IceBod Active is for you. The first wearable cryotherapy that lets you stay active as you recover. Our compression wear has pockets that fit flexible ice-cold gel packs that mold to your problem areas. I don't endorse much, but when I do believe in something, I get behind it. Everybody I've turned on to IceBod loves it. 30-day money-back guarantee and free shipping. IceBodActive.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
Today it's Andy Kamenetzky in Ireland. We're here walking you up to the Rams-Falcons kickoff. And I'm genuinely excited, Andy, about the Ram game tonight because I think they need to win. And when Sean McVay mails it in at the end of seasons, as he's done before, and doesn't play anybody, it's kind of anticlimactic. But here's why I think they need to win. They need to do either San Francisco or Seattle is going to lose on Saturday night. Okay, they play each other.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams with 2 wins, and they're favored heavily in both games. Tonight against Atlanta, next week against Arizona, who might be the worst team in the league.
Pretty bad.
If not for my Raiders, there wouldn't even be a discussion because the Raiders are just unwatchable. But
yes, they are.
Here's the reason why I think they have to win and they have to care. Last year, Sean McVay said, "I don't care about seeding. It's more important to keep everybody healthy." This year, you should care about seeding. Right now, if the Rams win out, there is a possibility they get to the 5 seed. All right? They're in the 6 seed right now. 6 seed would mean go to Philadelphia and try and beat the defending Super Bowl champs in a building where they're really, really hard to beat. The Eagles are a different animal when they're at home. Rams already lost to them this year in Philly. But if they get the 5 seed, they get the winner of the Carolina-New Orleans game. And that is the weak link in the NFC playoffs. So he has to try and win these games, doesn't he?
I'll give you a much simpler reason that he has to win tonight, and it's got nothing to do with the playoffs. They get Atlanta's pick.
Right.
It's better for them if Atlanta loses this game. So remove all playoff seeding implications from this. They are incentivized to win this game, even if they were out of the playoffs, even if they had the 1 seed locked up. They are incentivized to win this game regardless.
By the way, I sent you guys this note this morning. It's interesting that the NFL considered switching to the NBA format where divisions become irrelevant and it's just seed by record. And the reason they didn't is because they were worried about Sean McVay and other coaches load managing late if they did that, and they wanted to keep the end of the season games meaningful. I still think I would switch it to the NBA way. Wouldn't you?
I feel like you are.
You could go 15-1 or 16-1 and not be. You could be the 5 seed.
Right. I feel like you are you're sacrificing a bit of what would make the playoffs best in order to preserve Week 18.
Right.
And there's going to be too many teams that even if you kept this as is or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if you can control it. You're right.
Well, I mean, there's going to be too many teams that really, our seed is locked. Why would we risk injury in a violent game when our season is locked and we're looking to try to win a Super Bowl?
Okay, I want you guys to tell me who you would rather be in this fantasy scenario that I'm in. Okay, I'm in the Hollywood Football League, the same league that Mason and I have been in for years. I'm the defending champion. I won it last year.
I've got implications tonight, too.
Okay, so here's my situation. The other guy is done, all right? I am 9 points behind, okay? And our league is like old school. It's standard scoring. So you only get points if your guy scores a touchdown, and in the case of running backs, you get a point for every 20 yards.
Okay, every 20 yards and touchdowns.
And
so
touchdown.
there's no
That's
PPR.
the only way I score.
No PPR.
Correct. There's no way to subtract. There's no way. If your guy runs for 100 yards and doesn't score any touchdowns, that's 5 points. That's it. Okay? I'm 9 points down. He's done. And I have Kyron Williams or Blake Corum. I have them both, but I can only play one. Would you rather be me or him?
With your scoring system, probably him.
Me too.
You've got a pretty stingy scoring system.
I agree.
That being said, though, Kyron does get in the end zone.
All
I would play Kyron because I think he's more likely to get more
Funch,
work.
Who should I play, Kyron or Corum?
I think you should play Blake because he's been getting in the end zone
Oh,
lately.
crap. Brian, break the tie.
I would go Kyron.
I think
he
I'm
has
going to
more
go
of a nose for it.
Yeah, I think there's a chance Kyron could run for more yards, and this may come. By the way, ESPN predicts. They predict how many points each guy's going to score. You know how many they predict Kyron's going to get?
8.
Yep. 8 points, and I'd lose by 1. And by the way, I'm tied for first place. So if I lose, and next week is it for us. So if I lose, I cannot win the league if I lose tonight. But I'm kind of, it's beyond my control now.
Yeah, I'm in the same situation. I'm in my Super Bowl, and I'm done.
Okay.
I have a 28-point lead. my opponent has Stafford and Kyle Pitts. We're in a PPR league. The computer has him as a weighted coin flip favorite, like 55-45, something like that. John, you and I are simpatico.
Yeah.
I want Kyron Williams to do all the damage and do it early. Do it really early, so then Stafford does not need to. We're putting that into the
universe, and maybe I'll get lucky.
Or you know what, Blake? I don't give a damn which one it is. He can be both.
Okay. Coming up next, something happened on Saturday night in the NBA that is so incredibly stupid. My head wants to explode. I don't understand it. It makes no sense, and it happens every frickin' year. Somebody, for the love of God, explain it to me. That's next, ESPN LA. First, let me tell you about ZipRecruiter. Most of you know it takes up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job. That's 2.5 months. Nobody's got 11 weeks. If you're listening today, use ZipRecruiter. You can do it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. We don't leave anything to chance. And he's right. They use powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So speed up your hiring process. Go to that website and use it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
The biggest moments in sports live on ESPN LA. Powered by Hard Rock Casino Tahoe.
The college football playoff.
A snap and a play fake. Moore loads it up one-on-one deep down the right side of the field. End zone caught. Malik Benson. Touchdown Oregon. And the Ducks are pouring it on.
The biggest moments in sports on ESPN LA from ESPN Radio. Powered by Hard Rock Casino Tahoe.
All right, fans, here's your winning play. Live entertainment that hits harder than a goal line drive and 24/7 gaming with nonstop action. No huddle required. Punch it into the end zone at Hard Rock Casino Tahoe, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield.
The biggest moments in sports happen on ESPN LA.
Jim Jeffries, son of a carpenter tour.
You can win Oscars for Best Dramatic Role, Best Drama. There is no Oscar for Best Comic Performance. Who has to host the Oscars? A comedian. Then we make a joke about one of them and they slap us.
Saturday, February 21st, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Tickets on sale now at fantasyspringsresort.com or 760-342-5000. Don't miss Jim Jeffries, live.
Every ceviche at Mercado Gonzalez begins with limes fresh squeezed daily. Yes, daily. And each drop of those limes marinates our delicious shrimp, caught from El Mar de Cortés for a unique mariscos flavor you can't find anywhere else in the world. Spoon the ceviche over our tostadas raspadas and take a crunchy bite. That's the sound of authenticity. Mercado Gonzalez, Mexico in every detail.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Hi, this is Devontae Adams of your LA Rams. The biggest show on the radio, this is Mason in Ireland. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Mason in Ireland. Andy Kamenetzky in for Mace. And Andy, you watch as much NBA as I watch, so I want you to see if you can make sense out of this. Saturday night, Bucks playing the Bulls in Chicago. Giannis Antetokounmpo has his team up by 12 at the end of the game. There's seconds remaining. He gets a clear lane to the basket. Nobody defends him. So he does an absolute windmill dunk to end the game. And the Bulls players all walk up to him like they want to fight him because they say he's disrespecting them, doing a show-off dunk when a game had already been decided. That is the biggest load of crap. The NBA is an entertainment product. We are there to see stars play. If Giannis Antetokounmpo is allowed to drive right down the lane and do a windmill dunk because you don't want to play defense, that's a you problem. Explain to me why this continues to happen, this stupid unwritten rule that I have to stop playing at the end of the game when, by the way, you can do whatever you want.
I've never understood it. I've always found that particular unwritten rule. Like if you're talking about, say, something like the NFL, where maybe you start getting into elements of player safety and like how hard you're hitting towards the course of a completely decided game, maybe that becomes a factor, although there are always guys looking to play for their position, always guys looking to play for their livelihood. But something like this, it's like you guys already got your asses handed to you. Like one windmill dunk does not make this any more embarrassing than it already had been. The embarrassment was already solidified like a quarter or so ago.
Can we apply this simple rule to all of sports? Play hard on every possession until the buzzer sounds, and then go to the locker room.
Or don't play hard on every possession, but accept what happens if you don't.
Right.
Like you can't have it both ways. If you really care that much about Giannis not windmilling at the end of the game, defend him, or just face the reality of we suck this entire game. What difference does it make?
And by the way, the Bulls come off here. All these Bulls criticizing Giannis come off as whiny little you-know-whats. Mm-hmm. They're just they deserve to lose by 25 if this is what gets the fight up in me. And by the way, I like Giannis. I've always liked Giannis, and I like him even more after the game. Here's what he said. Quote, "I've been in this league 13 years. If we keep on losing, probably half the team is not going to be here. We're not going to make the playoffs. And if a windmill dunk is what has to happen for everybody to wake up and understand that we're fighting for our lives, so be it." 100% agree.
Yeah.
You disrespected us. You disrespected yourselves.
I mean, they pretty much disrespected the Bulls the entire game because they kicked their ass for 48 minutes. And to Giannis's point, I do think contextually there is something behind we have to play. I mean, this is something I've gotten on the Lakers all season. One of the things that I thought was actually a positive of a blowout win over the Kings, even though the Kings are not good at full strength, much less this version.
Right.
We've seen the Lakers in a lot of games, particularly against bad teams, approach it as if 60% is enough to get us a win, we are not going to put in 61%.
Which is just stupid.
Right, but they are a team that needs to build better habits, including accepting the fact that in order for them to win, they have to play hard. They have to be a high motor team. They don't have enough talent and athleticism to get by half-assing it.
So I wanted to ask you about that. After the game on Christmas Day, on Thursday, JJ was as critical of his own team as I've ever heard a coach be. He basically came right out and said, we don't care enough.
Yep.
This is what you were just talking about. And somebody said, what do you mean? And he said, we don't care enough about being professional and going hard on every play. And Saturday's practice is going to be uncomfortable. I'm telling you right now, I'm not putting up with this for 53 more games. You were at Saturday's practice. He backed off a little, didn't he?
He did back off. And, well, he backed off tonally. I don't know if he backed off in terms of telling guys what they needed to hear. Like, to me, what really matters is were the things that needed to be said. If the answer is yes, I don't care if it's JJ going scorched earth. I don't care if it's calm, rational, whatever. What I care about is, were the things that needed to be said. If they were, whatever. And I don't necessarily get the impression that some truths were not shared. Like, JJ emphasized a lot of two-way listening. And one of the things that I think JJ may have realized and why he needed to dial this back a bit is, I am setting up me and my staff to get yelled at just as much as I'm setting up to yell at these guys. I don't know if that's productive. I need us to play differently. I need us to play harder. I need us to pay more attention to the details. What matters is that we do it. Right. And as long as they do it, I don't really care if JJ realized, I may have set this up in a way that all of a sudden it becomes an ultimatum that I don't know if I want to deliver. I'm definitely not in the position to deliver it because 3 guys are injured right now, and the guys who aren't playing, they're not options.
Right.
So these are my players.
Or like he said in response to one of those questions, it may even have been yours, they said, well, why don't you just take the guys out who aren't doing what you want? And he immediately said, we've given everyone a chance.
Yeah.
I have exhausted this roster to the end game.
Look how far JJ went out of his way for like 3 weeks or a month to play quite literally anybody but Vando. Like, anybody.
And now we're all clamoring for him to be the first guy off. You and I want him to start.
Right. And I said at the time, I thought JJ was making a mistake. I think JJ came to realize that he was making a mistake, and credit to JJ for acknowledging this, and credit to Vando for living up to his end of the bargain. But I think JJ recognized, like, I don't think he didn't mean anything he said. I think he meant it all, and I actually think he was right. But I think he also recognized, like, okay, is this the productive way to handle this moving forward?
He's got to solve this puzzle, and it's a puzzle that I've seen in sports before. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does a lot. I've seen this for myself. You've seen it too. JJ, and this is a weird dynamic, but you have to figure out a way to solve it. On a lot of days, JJ wants to win more than the players do. And that's not good. You can see it in him. He's hyper competitive. He's begging these guys to do whatever they want. But he's got to, and he alluded to it, he's got to get their care factor to where his is.
And also, I think JJ, and this goes directly back to Vando, JJ needs to sometimes leave his own comfort zone. Or, he talked about uncomfortable choices players need to make. It's very clear that JJ was...
This is a really good point.
He was hyper-focusing on Vando's offensive flaws. Like last year in the playoffs, JJ cut off too many of his options because he decided, I'm not going to play Vando.
Well, in that one game, he played 5 people.
Right. I'm not going to play Vando. I'm not going to play Jordan Goodwin. I am going to take Jackson Hayes out of the rotation, but I'm not going to play Dalton. Like,
and I'm going to live and die with 5 guys.
That's not a realistic way, to win games, but also, like, let's just say they got out of that series. Then what do? You've already signaled to half your team, I don't trust any of you. You can't move forward that way. So JJ, I think, needs to enter some of his own discomfort zone at times.
Yeah, and I think he did that last night. I think he's he's smart enough to realize it. But when I say he wants to win more than the players do, if you spend as much time around the coaching staff as I do, you could tell these guys are desperate to communicate. Yeah. Look, you have a golden opportunity here to make noise because you've got LeBron and Luka and Austin. So if we can get the defense right, if we can get these role players excelling in their roles, we got a puncher's chance to go deep. And I think he's trying desperately to get the players to his care level, which is not easy.
It's a care level, it's an effort level, it's an attention to details, and it's not just defensively; it's offensively too.
Sure.
Like
there are times in the game where their offense just gets stagnant.
It's run actual sets.
Right.
Don't just make it.
Don't just give the ball to Luka and stand around.
Right, or give the ball to LeBron, stand around. Give the ball to Austin. Like, JJ said something interesting at the end of that practice, and it was a question I asked him. And I said, like, I'm not trying to present this as glass half full version of Austin being out, because this is not good for the Lakers. But in terms of trying to get LeBron and Luka on the same page, does Austin's absence make any of this easier?
Maybe.
And he said it does uncomplicate some things.
Yeah.
And last night, LeBron and Luka were on the same page.
Yeah, bad team, Sacramento. Tomorrow night's a real test.
Yep.
That's when the Pistons are coming. All right, coming up next is Icebreakers.
Ooh.
Now, I'm very upset that you're here in this segment because you're good at this game. I have never lost. This is the third month of Icebreakers.
Ooh.
Not only have I won every month, but I've won by so much that we instituted a rule that no matter how much I win by, I have to start that far in the hole the next month. But I'm not in first right now, and this is the last show of the year.
I have to go very early. I have to make a guess early if I want to win.
Okay, so do you actually have the Icebreaker standings, Brian Funch?
I got it right here.
Okay,
yeah.
so what's the standings right now?
Mace, 24. You, John, 21. Andy with 17, and no one else can really make a difference
Okay,
there.
so here's the good news for you, AK. Double points.
That's right.
Because
Oh.
it's the end of the month.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so really, if you get the 5, you
Okay,
win. How many's Mace got?
24.
Yeah, matter of fact, if you get the 4,
Right.
you
This
win.
This is good to know because I was about to take a haymaker swing at number 8.
Well,
This is good
Brian,
to know.
you're the one who scares me because Brian, every once in a while, will be sitting there all quiet, and then boom, he takes it away from me.
Right.
Yeah. So, Funch, you're the only one who knows what the icebreaker is. I'll just ask you this: do you think there's a favorite among the three of us,
I don't know.
or is it wide open?
Let's just say it's wide open.
All right, it'll be next. Funch will throw icebreakers at us. Andy's in for Mace. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA. National University. I love talking about these guys. If you are a military veteran, National is veteran-founded and veteran-focused. And if you don't think you have time to get a college degree, think again. They're born and built right here in Southern California. NU has more than 150 degree programs, credentials, and certificates. And here's the best part. They make it achievable on your schedule. 4 and 8 week online courses, a generous transfer credit policy, and millions handed out in scholarships last year alone. I can't tell you how many veterans have come up to me going, I didn't think I could do it, but man, I can do it there. And that is music to the ears of everybody at NU. Dr. Mark Milleron, the guy who runs it's a great dude, huge Laker fan. And one thing, I played golf with Mark a couple months ago at the Laker golf tournament, and he told me, he goes, the one thing I really want to get out there is we support Anders, what he calls Anders. And that's people that have a lot of different things going on. They're a parent, and they're in the military, and they have a job, and they have a hobby, and they're raising a family. They're here to support all your ands. They're going to make this happen on your schedule. Check them out today. They're a proud sponsor of the Lakers, proud sponsor of ESPN LA, and most of the things I'm talking about can be answered by going to their website, nu.edu. nu.edu. Check them out today, National University. Icebreakers next, Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
Time for our LA Rams to bounce back from the loss in Seattle. It's Week 17 Monday Night Football in the ATL. Coverage begins at 3:15 p.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff with Travis Rogers and Sua Cravens.
Kickoff from Mercedes-Benz Stadium at 5:15.
And after the game, don't miss the Rams postgame show.
Rams, Falcons.
Hello, this is Puka Nacua of your LA Rams. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
He plays with toys, and kids leave cookies out for him. How do I get that gig? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Make a New Year's resolution you won't break. More Morongo.
Number 2.
We've got over $1 million in progressive jackpots at your favorite slots and table games.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. A royal affair filled with fun, $50,000 in free slot play and prizes, and fabulous good times.
Morongo, good times.
At Normand Legal, we don't sit on the sidelines. We fight to win for you.
If you've been in an accident, car, motorcycle, truck, or a fall, don't wait. Call Normand Legal right now.
We've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts, and we'll go full throttle to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Pick up that phone and call 213-747-1234. That's 213-747-1234.
Or visit NormandLegal.com. Normand Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Listen to Mason and Ireland, weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
And it is Mason and Ireland on ESPN LA. It's time for Icebreakers. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka, the finest vodka sourced from Idaho potatoes. Get it? Idaho, Johnny I, the Idaho compound. Enjoy Blue Ice Classic Vodka or their unique flavors like Huckleberry and Double Espresso. Find Blue Ice in stores and ask for them by name. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer Emily.
No Emily today. Michael Funches filling in, and this is the ball game. I've never lost a month of Icebreakers. I'm 2-0. This would make me 3-0. But Mace is in first place. He has 27, Brian?
24.
24. I have what?
21.
And Andy has 17.
17, yes.
All right, so Brian can play spoiler. Andy can win the whole thing. This is double points. Or I can keep my streak alive. The way this works is Michael Funches will give us clues. And as soon as we know who he's talking about, we can guess. But once you guess, that's it. You're eliminated if you're wrong, and you leave it for the other two guys. Funch, take it away.
All right, guys. For 10 points, I was born in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
All right. For 9 points, my mother said when I was a kid, instead of playing with G.I. Joes, I would have a little microphone and put on shows for her. For 9 points, my mother said when I was a kid, instead of playing with G.I. Joes, I would have a little microphone and do shows for her. Okay.
Don't have it yet.
For 8 points, I was a defensive back in high school that won that quadruple A regional championship.
And you were a DB.
I was a DB. I was a DB back in high school that won the quadruple
With a little
A
bit of theater
regional championship.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
This is for 7 points. And all these numbers are doubled, so it's really for 14.
Okay. For 7 points, my old high school just recently named their football stadium after me.
Oh.
My old high school just recently named their football stadium after me.
Okay. Yeah, I still don't know. This one's hard.
Okay, go on. For 6 points, after high school, I went to the University of Georgia.
I want to guess this. I'm. Oh, no. You said born in Atlanta. No, I don't have it. Keep going.
Okay. For 5 points, I have dated actresses and models but never married.
Okay.
All right,
You
man.
did not, by the way, say the sport that you played in
Right.
at Georgia.
But
Did
the
not
football stadium is named after him.
It's got to be the football.
So I'm thinking it's a football player. What are we down to, 5 points?
Yeah.
All right, Andy, you have 2 more
I know.
clues, and then you got to guess.
Okay, this is for 4 points right now.
Oh, so this is it.
Yeah,
you
this is 4 points.
you got to guess after this one, AK.
All right. My first TV job was at ESPN. My first
Ireland.
TV. What is it?
Oh my! I don't think I have it. The football. My first TV job was at ESPN. I don't have it.
All right.
I don't have a guess, and that means I'm out.
I have no idea. First job was at ESPN.
Yeah, first TV job.
I don't think this is correct, but I have to guess if I even want to have a shot at doing this. I think it's wrong. Richard Sherman?
Northern California guy.
I didn't think I was right.
I'll tell you what I was guessing, and Brian's got it open to him. Mason's going to win the month. Unbelievable. I first I thought it was Matthew Stafford, and then I remembered he was born in Texas.
Right.
Well, I can still guess because it's still on the number I weighed in on, right? But I was just going to guess Anthony Edwards.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think it was right. All right, you get 2 clues left.
And he hasn't had a job.
I got three clues left.
All right, go ahead.
For 3 points, I have a catchphrase that caught on to the mainstream.
No clue.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, by the way, if this is who I think it is, you've got something wrong. Like, go ahead. It's not Stuart Scott, is it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that was going to be my next guess right there.
Yeah, because his first job was not at ESPN.
No.
All right, but keep going. You got 2 left, Brian.
For 2 points, my net worth is reportedly $500 million.
What?
My net worth is reportedly $500 million.
This has been the most difficult icebreaker.
I still don't know who it is.
That's how we do it.
That's Stephen A. Smith.
All right.
He
Who is
played
it?
basketball.
You win. By the way, you win. Okay, give the last clue. You win.
You know what? You guys are going to get if I give you the last clue, you guys are going to automatically know who it is.
Okay, give it.
Okay, I will be hosting a really big yearly TV event in New York in 2 days.
Anderson Cooper?
No.
New Year's Eve in New York. It can't be Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest.
Is it really?
Yep. Ryan Seacrest.
He was a defensive back?
Yep.
They named the football stadium at his high school after him?
Yeah, he played football in high school. And then he has a catchphrase that caught onto the mainstream.
What's the catchphrase?
Yeah.
Seacrest, out. Wow, that was hard.
That was a good one.
That was very good.
Ryan Seacrest played football?
I never would have guessed it. All right, so, true story.
Why does ESPN never have him on?
1995, I'm working as a TV reporter in San Diego. I get a job at KCAL. Okay? They hire me to be the weekend sports anchor, and during the week, I'm reporting. And I show up, and as you know, if you watch a newscast, they lead with the news, and then they do the weather, and sports comes last. So I walk into the newsroom. I'm getting ready to go walk out of the set. This guy walks up to me, and he goes, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Ryan." I go, "Hi, Ryan. I'm John. I'm the sports guy." He goes, "Here, I'm doing movie reviews." Seacrest did movie reviews on the weekends at KCAL when I met him, and he's now worth $500 million.
So his first TV job was the first season of ESPN's Radical Outdoor Challenge in 1993.
Wow, that was very hard and very good.
Okay, here's what also seemed. I'm on a Google search. This is my wait, Ryan Seacrest football. From what I'm gathering, okay, all right, he was a standout on Dunwoody's football team, which won the 1992 4A regional championship.
That's right.
According to his coach David Kelly, he was feisty. He'd knock the crap out of people.
Well, good for him.
Good
for Ryan Seacrest.
Wow. After you guys a curveball right there, you guys thought it was an athlete, huh?
Yeah,
see?
sure did. That was excellent. All
Well,
right.
there was also
Steve Mason just won Icebreakers. Wow. And he did nothing to earn it. He took 2 weeks off at the end of the month and won it.
Very on brand.
Okay. Coming up next is Sports Graffiti. I don't know how this is going to go over a holiday, because most people are taking the day off, but we'll try it and see if you guys want to weigh in on anything we've talked about in this first hour. Talked about the Lakers, talked about the Rams. There's a rumor out there, I don't know how true it is, that the Dodgers and Kyle Tucker are talking. I think they probably are talking. That doesn't necessarily mean they're close. But we can talk about any of that stuff. By the way, right after Sports Graffiti, Ryan Abraham will join us from the Alamo Bowl. He's down there in San Antonio. It's going to be USC-TCU tomorrow. But a lot of news USC football related. Danton Lynn, the defensive coordinator, has left. He's going to Penn State where he played. And USC-Notre Dame, since the last time I did a show, has been canceled. So we'll get into all that with Ryan Abraham after Sports Graffiti. But if you want to ring through, lines are open now. 877-710-3776. That's the number, 877-710-3776. And if we don't get enough people calling, we got plenty of other stuff to do. Mason in Ireland. Andy in for Mace, ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it a Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
It's exactly what everyone wanted. The best offers of the season during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru Fullerton, where we will donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on a 2025 Subaru Outback Premium all-wheel drive.
With approved credit from Subaru Motors Finance. All buyers of vehicles will qualify. $325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and an additional $75 from Ocean Subaru Fullerton, plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. Offers do not combine. See dealer for complete details. Expires 12/31/2025.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
The magic isn't over yet. Target's clearance event is happening now with savings of up to 50%. It's the perfect time to get set for the year with great deals on clothing and shoes for the whole family, beauty faves for every style, toys that keep the fun going, and so much more. Don't miss out because these deals go fast. Score incredible savings and keep the magic going during the clearance event, now in stores, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
At Normand Legal, we know you have a lot of choices, but you need family and a championship-winning team on your side.
Absolutely, Joe. When someone's been in an accident, they need a team that goes full throttle, tackling every obstacle to get the maximum compensation they deserve.
Exactly, Travis. We've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts, and we never leave our clients on the sideline.
Do not wait. Call 213-747-1234. Again, 213-747-1234, or visit normandlegal.com.
Normand Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
Get ready, SoCal. The ultimate entertainment destination is now open. Hard Rock Casino to Home, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield, is your 24/7 home for all the action. Enjoy non-stop gaming, unforgettable dining, and live entertainment, all in one electrifying spot. It's the new hot spot for ESPN LA fans. Whether you're celebrating a big win or just soaking in that legendary Hard Rock energy, the wait is over. Hard Rock Casino to Home is now open. This is how SoCal plays.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason in Ireland.
All right, a reminder, by the way, that Icebreakers, which was incredibly hard today, was brought to you by Blue Ice Vodka. I've been getting several tweets throughout the holidays of people trying Blue Ice for the first time. They love it. Ask for it by name. Comes in 3 different flavors. Traditional. It's got huckleberry. It's great. So try Blue Ice Vodka. All right. Every line jam for Sports Graffiti. We lead off with Roger in Texas. Roger, you're on Sports Graffiti. What do you got?
Hey, I just want to give props to the Clippers, how great they've been doing after their horrible start. Do you think they found something?
I do. No one has been more critical of the Clippers than me, Roger, but they have figured some things out. They've won 4 games in a row, and involved, Andy, in that winning streak are wins over good teams. You know, they beat the Rockets, they beat the Lakers, they beat Detroit last night.
They beat a zombie version of the Lakers. They were missing
right, but
4 starters.
They couldn't win. I mean, they had lost like 10 in a row.
I'm just saying I don't consider the win over the Lakers in that state of the Lakers particularly impressive. But you're correct. Beating the Rockets, that was a big deal. Beating the Pistons, that's a big deal. And the Blazers are not a terrible team.
Yeah, I think, Roger, you're onto something. I think the Clippers have played and by the way, everybody, including me, was beating them up. Mm-hmm. And they have 4 wins in a row. And what I said, Andy, is I got in a big argument with Ramona. She kept referring to the Clippers front office as smart. And I guess that's like the worst word you could possibly use. They're not smart. They put a geriatric roster together. They brought back Chris Paul. When he acted like Chris Paul, they ran him off. I mean, they've done the opposite of smart. But if I'm going to be fair, before this year, when they put together this bad roster, they had 14 consecutive winning seasons, and now they've won 4 games in a row. They're starting to shut me up.
Look, I think 2 things can be true at once. I think if you look at them on balance, they've been a smart, good front office. I think if you look at the last year and change, it has not been their strongest work.
But I think if you have 14 winning seasons, this is an amendment on when I was hammering him earlier, and then you have 1 bad year, maybe you buy yourself 1 bad year with 14 winning seasons. It's hard to win. I think that's what's going on.
It is hard to have that many winning seasons in a row.
Yeah. Here's Jose in Downey. Hey, Jose, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, John. You know what? You had a great, point with what should happen with the Clippers when everything came out with the investigation. Do you still feel the same way? Like if they find something on Kawhi, they should suspend him and also suspend Ballmer and the GM. I'm still kind of waiting for this to come out. We had a conversation about this before.
Jose, I think they have swept it under the rug. The NBA likes Steve Ballmer. I've talked to 2 different owners about this. Ballmer is well liked, and Andy, I don't think they want to throw the book at him. I think it's going to be a wrist slap, and I'm surprised they haven't announced it yet because the All-Star game's coming in 2 months to the Intuit Dome, really less than that, a month and a half. And I think it's going to overshadow it unless they come to some type of resolution.
See, I think it would have overshadowed it regardless. I think if they had the punishment before it, people would be talking about it. I think if there is no punishment announced, people are going to be talking about it. I think that assuming you want to take them at their word that they're doing an actual investigation, I think they should do it thoroughly. There's no hurry.
All right, here's Ivan in Southgate. Hey, Ivan, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, John. Just honestly, end of the year, met you and Mace at the beginning of last year.
Okay.
No, yeah. Met you guys when I was beginning my separation. Went through my whole divorce this whole year, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
Oh, happy.
AK, BK. I could never tell what Kamenetzky it is, but
it's AK.
It's Andy today.
Thank you guys for just being there and being a constant voice. John, keep telling your old ass stories over and over again because I love them because I've been listening to you for years. So it's one of those deals where if I hear it, oh, hey, John's telling that story again.
Okay.
Hey, John, and you have a different little spin to it, and it's great.
All right. I mean, that is very nice of you. Happy holidays. I'm glad to hear you're back on your feet and moving forward. That's great. Here's Kevin in Chicago. Hey, Kevin, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Full disclosure, I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I'm in college athletics, but I just kind of was curious of, what you thought of Lincoln Riley saying today, because in my mind, we have something similar with what I coach of if winning matters and doesn't always matter who you beat, but I feel like if you're not going to be able to beat Notre Dame, what makes you think you're going to be able to beat Ohio State or some of the better teams in the Big Ten?
Yeah, Kevin, it's a good call, and we're going to do a deep dive on this with Ryan Abraham in about 10 minutes, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But I will say this, Andy, I am surprised, and for people who don't know, Andy went to USC. I am surprised that so many USC people are coming down on Lincoln Riley. People like Keyshawn and Petros. We
talked with DeMarco and I talked with both Keyshawn and Jerome Stanley, his longtime agent also repped Shaq, Brian Shaw.
Right.
They're both SC guys. They were both hammering USC.
Right. So, Kevin, I actually saw USC's side of this, that playing late in the season was disadvantageous to them. I thought it would. What would solve the problem is you come out and announce the rivalry has been renewed for another 10 years, and for the next 10 years, it's the opener. Notre Dame and USC will open the season every year for the next 10 years, but apparently Notre Dame didn't want to go for that. They're used to dictating terms, Notre Dame is.
Yeah,
and so
I can understand that.
And so they elected to move on and play BYU. I don't think it's dead, Kevin. I think that maybe in a couple of years they revisit it, and people smarter than me get in a room and work it out. But I am surprised that so many USC people are hammering USC over this. I saw their side of this. How about, what did you think?
Well, I mean, here's why a lot of the people that you're hearing from hammering USC are older school fans who grew up with this rivalry.
Yeah, don't want to lose it.
So they don't want to lose that. Like in 30 years, if, say, this goes away, you're going to have generations of USC fans who don't care one way or the other. The tradition won't matter to them. I do think, though, SC is getting a bit ahead of themselves. I understand why they feel like the timing of the game matters or that the game may not be advantageous to them, but they're presenting themselves like they are a perennial playoff bubble team, that this one loss keeps them out, and that's just not true.
All right, again, we're going to get into this deep dive with Ryan Abraham in less than 10 minutes, so if you're an SC fan, stay tuned for that. Ryan, who runs USCFootball.com and has covered them for 30 years, is in San Antonio for the Alamo Bowl, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, is tomorrow.
Yep.
USC-TCU tomorrow. Here's Richard in Monrovia. Hey, Richard, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I dare you to define the Laker defense. It is critical that we are able to move.
How about broken? Is that a good word? Broken?
Yes, but I don't see how we're going to fix it. Our starters are heavy. We have to move lateral to play defense, and with LeBron, Rui, and Luka, well, we won't even count Austin Reeves. We're a heavy team.
I don't think you're
going to play defense to get better.
I don't think you're wrong. I think it's fair to criticize the Laker defense. Even J.J. Redick has said our defense is not good. It doesn't mean we can't get good, which is what he's working on. Andy, that's one of the reasons why you and I are both lobbying switch out offense for defense in the starting lineup. Put a guy like Vando out there, maybe LaRavia. Give him a little more defense, a little more athleticism.
I don't think that there is an internal fix. If you're defining fix as do something different and the Lakers become an elite defense, I don't think that card exists. There's ways for them to be better, but it requires them playing their asses off, playing hard, and paying attention at all times, and some lineup configurations that JJ thus far has been reluctant.
Here's Jake in the Valley. Hey, Jake, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. So I know it was the Kings last night, but we're probably about 6 weeks without Austin. Can we see Nick Smith Jr. get some legitimate do you see him getting some legitimate rotation minutes?
Yes. Matter of fact, we interviewed him after the game last night. And, Jake, one of the things that's going to happen over the next 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, with Austin Reeves being out, is someone has got to provide that scoring. Austin was averaging 27 points a game when he got hurt. Last night, Andy, Nick Smith, 21 points unexpectedly. I think he's got a real opportunity here.
Absolutely. They need guys who can create their own shot, particularly, I think, in the backcourt, but anywhere. Nick can create his own shot as long as he takes good shots and makes good decisions.
And doesn't turn it over.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to have an opportunity.
Here's Justin. It says Justin is at Terranea. Is this correct, Justin? You're at Terranea?
I am 6 miles away, checking in for a one-night staycation, and was asking you what should my itinerary be. I was going to go to Marcel for dinner and Nelson's for lunch and play a little golf.
All three of those are great ideas. The golf course, it's a 9-hole, but it's spectacular. You'll enjoy it a lot. I would make time, Justin, while you're there to go to the spa and just hang out. They have a spa there that has a fantastic pool. Only people that are at the spa use this particular pool. They have 4 different pools there They also have 4 different restaurants. Your idea to go to Nelson's for lunch is excellent. That's the one right on the water. Marcel is very, very high end. It's like a super nice restaurant. You got to dress up a little bit, but the food's great. If you don't want to go that formal, they have a restaurant there called Bashi that it has like sushi and Asian fusion and stuff like that overlooks one of the pools. That's a good option for you too. But you cannot have a bad day at Terranea. It is spectacular. Have you been there before, Justin?
I have a few times. It's been a while.
Yeah. All right. So I think you'll like it a lot. Throw my name around if it'll get you anywhere. And I don't think it will, but you can try. And most of all, shut it down and have fun, man. It's a great spot. My guy, Ralph Grippo, who's the president down there, does not rest until everybody has a great time. So have fun, enjoy it, and call back. Let us know how it was after you get done, okay?
Thank you. Will do.
All right, man. See ya. We got time for a couple more. Ralph in Fontana. Hey, Ralph, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm worried about the Rams blowing their opportunity to the Super Bowl. If you remember the last time they won it, they were division winners, so they hosted the first-round wild card. I think it was against Arizona. And then they went to warm weather Tampa Bay against Brady. Didn't have to worry about weather. And then we were lucky that the 49ers beat Green Bay and didn't have to go to Green Bay in the cold weather and hosted the 49ers because they were the wild card. So, I mean, that Seattle game is just going to be the one that killed them. And one question. How many wild card teams have won the Super Bowl?
A few. The Steelers have done it. The Packers have done it. It's not easy. And by the way, Ralph, you made excellent points in this phone call. I have been arguing this for months, that keeping Matthew Stafford and the Rams out of cold weather should be a priority.
Big deal.
And hey, Ralph, do you realize this? The Super Bowl's in Santa Clara. So if the Niners win on Saturday night, they host Seattle on Saturday night. If they win, Andy, they never get on a plane. I know. Ever.
Amazing.
They don't travel at all. Jeez. They never have to stay in a hotel.
Unreal.
All those guys are going to be in their own beds for 5-6 weeks.
Despite all of the injuries that team has had all season. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, it just seems that that I think Ralph's call is really good. When they lost that game to Seattle, they gave up all their advantage. Now, having said that, did you see they're the second favorite behind the Seahawks to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? People aren't giving up on them.
No, they shouldn't give up.
You know, they're right there. Okay, that's it for Sports Graffiti. We appreciate you participating. Coming up next, Ryan Abraham from USCFootball.com will join us. He's in San Antonio for the Alamo Bowl. We'll get into the Lincoln Riley stuff. If you haven't heard what Lincoln morning at the press conference, you don't want to miss this. It's coming up next. First, let me tell you about our buddy Jacob Emrani. As you know, if you listen to the station, we're friends, personal friends with Jacob. And a lot of holiday travel ends up in accidents on the freeway, in parking lots, at malls, whatever. When that happens, you got to call Jacob first. He'll walk you through how to do everything. 800-345-6789. That's his new number. Easy to remember. 800-345-6789. Those are the law offices of Jacob Emrani. If you were hurt in a crash during all that holiday rain, you can still call now. Get the best advice. 800-345-6789. CallJacob.com still works if you prefer reaching Jacob that way. But when you've been in an accident, chances are you're not dialing up websites on your phone. Just call that number, 800-345-6789. Call Jacob, calljacob.com, the law offices of Jacob Emrani. We'll talk USC football next, ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it a Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app. This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams looking to bounce back after losing 2 of their previous 3 games. They get to do it in front of a national audience. Monday Night Football in Atlanta against the Falcons. And don't forget, the Rams have the Atlanta Falcons first-round pick in the upcoming NFL draft, which means the worse Atlanta does, the better that is for the Rams. And, of course, the Rams still fighting to get back to the top of the NFC West and potentially back to the top of the NFC. We will have all of the play-by-play action. JB Long, Maurice Jones-Drew, and DeMarco Farr with all of your play-by-play. And immediately preceding that is the Toyota Rams Countdown to Kickoff with myself, Travis Rogers, and Sua Cravens. And then immediately following Monday Night Football between the Rams and the Falcons, it is the Rams postgame show with me and Sua breaking it all down, getting you ready for the final week of the season. With Friday's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Powered by ZipRecruiter. Looking for your next great hire? Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
All right. We got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
The magic isn't over yet. Target's clearance event is happening now with savings of up to 50%. It's the perfect time to get set for the year with great deals on clothing and shoes for the whole family, beauty faves for every style, toys that keep the fun going, and so much more. Don't miss out because these deals go fast. Score incredible savings and keep the magic going during the clearance event, now in stores, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, tomorrow night is the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio, USC against TCU, and our buddy Ryan Abraham joins us now. Ryan, happy holidays. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right. Ready for some college football. It's hard to believe that the season's ending now, but we got some playoffs, and of course USC's playing tomorrow night. This should be a lot of fun.
Okay, so Ryan, so many questions for you. Let me start this first. The news broke this morning. Danton Lynn, the defensive coordinator for USC, who I should point out played at Penn State. He was an all-conference player at Penn State, was offered the job of defensive coordinator under Matt Campbell, the new coach of the Nittany Lions. He announced today he's taking it. Ryan, was that a surprise? And just a tactical question, is he coaching for USC tomorrow night?
Yeah, that's a great question. He was asked about this at the press conference and declined to talk about his future there. We haven't heard either way. I think he's probably going to coach tomorrow night, but we haven't heard specifically. But Penn State made a run at him last year, and USC really stepped up and boosted his contract. He had a buyout and all that kind of stuff. And then another year of USC. I thought the defense was about the same as it was last year. It improved his first year in the system, and then second year was probably about flat. Wasn't surprised that Penn State made another run at him, but they held him off for 1 year, but then he's going back to his alma mater in 2026.
How big of a loss do you think this is for SC, Ryan, and any thoughts on who might be replacing him? Alex Grinch, another go at Alex Grinch?
I don't think they're going Alex Grinch, Todd Orlando. You want any of those? As far as big of a loss, I mean, I do feel that he made the defense better when he came in after Alex Grinch. But we thought with the kind of personnel that USC added in the offseason that the defense would take some big strides this year. The offense got really, they were elite after being good last year. They were elite this year. The defense was about the same, maybe even a little bit worse. So I think that was kind of surprising. So I don't know. I think he did a really good job at UCLA when he had a lot of experienced players, and there was younger players at USC this year, and it just didn't work. It didn't gel. But the name we keep hearing is that Texas got rid of Pete Kwiatkowski or whatever from he was at Washington before, so Jen Cohen, the athletic director, has a relationship with him. But he's been the number one candidate from what I've heard. We'll see. There could be like an Al Golden, some guys like that. But I would think, having a free agent like that after Texas got rid of him, and I think he would be a good fit at USC.
We're talking to Ryan Abraham from USCFootball.com. The Trojans play on ESPN LA tomorrow. They play in the Alamo Bowl against TCU. All right, Ryan, for the last 7 or 8 weeks, you and I have been going back and forth on this USC-Notre Dame thing. We both thought, you and I, that cooler heads would prevail and they would come up a way to preserve the rivalry. I could talk about this for hours. I'll give the short version, and then I'm going to play what Lincoln Riley said this morning and have you react to it. USC wanted to move the game to earlier in the season. Traditionally, when they play it at Notre Dame, it's in October. When they play it at USC, it's in November. USC is the only team in the country over the past 2 years that has played a ranked opponent non-conference that late in the season. So they wanted to move the game early, which I thought was a reasonable ask, but apparently it wasn't. Notre Dame used to say, we'll play you anytime, anywhere. They wouldn't agree to move the game permanently to early in the season. Lincoln Riley did his press conference at the Alamo Bowl this morning. Here's what he said about Notre Dame's decision to end the rivalry.
We took Notre Dame at their word that they would play us anytime, anywhere. That proposal was rejected. Not only was it rejected, 5 minutes after we got the call, it was announced that they had scheduled another opponent, which I'll give them credit. That might be the fastest scheduling act in college football history. So I know there's been a lot of back and forth on it. I know college football has changed a lot, but the fact is very, very clear, and this can all be settled very quickly. Had Notre Dame lived up to their word and played us anytime, anywhere, we would be playing them the next 2 years.
Okay, Brian, so there's Lincoln Riley's take. What surprises me is the amount of USC people who are blaming Lincoln Riley and USC. I didn't think their ask was unreasonable, but guys like Keyshawn and Petros are hammering USC for not just keeping everything the way it was. Why did this go wrong, and is it dead? Do you think it could come back around? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it could come back around. There are former players. They seem to be the most adamant, John, about you got to just keep it going the way it was. I think the way that college football has evolved, that it's changed so much, as you know. I think it was a reasonable ask from the USC side. Notre Dame, they have real scheduling problems because nobody's going to want to play them later on the season. They can get the games like Texas A&M and Miami early, but to get, if you want to play like a USC later in the season, it worked out well. They had USC and Stanford. Now Stanford's fallen off. I just feel like it's one of those situations that both sides could have made it happen. If they really wanted to play this game, it would be played. But I think it was the way USC, I think Notre Dame won the PR battle early, and I feel like that sort of went against USC and Lincoln Riley. And so, but this is not blameless on any side, but I feel like if Notre Dame really, really wanted to play USC, they could play them. And if USC really, really wanted to play Notre Dame, they could play them. They just wanted it on their own terms, and that's kind of where we are right now.
Yeah, what I think is interesting about this, Ryan, is it's pretty clear both sides find this game to be inconvenient, maybe for different sides of the same coin, but it's very clear that neither side was willing to go past a certain point. What I think, though, and this is where I think a lot of the frustration comes from SC fans of a certain age or guys who played on the team, is it feels like USC is trying to preserve their playoff odds by not playing this game against Notre Dame unless it's on their terms, as if they've been this persistent bubble team that keeps getting screwed by the results of Notre Dame or the results of their schedule, whatever. And I think what they would say, and there's some truth to this, is SC hasn't been good enough consistently to even be thinking that much about the playoff. It's kind of cart ahead of the horse and kind of an excuse waiting to happen.
No, I get what you're saying. I feel like USC hasn't been there, and because they've lost this rivalry game a bunch, they're going to be the team that's like looked at as, hey, you guys are the ones that are walking away from this. But I feel like they've done a lot of things within the athletic department to try to give themselves the best chance to try to win a Big Ten championship, try to go to the college football playoffs and win some games. But just having this game when it was, with all the travel in the Big Ten, and it's their own fault. I mean, they took the money to join the Big Ten, but it has been a lot more challenging trying to do all that travel and everything. So I think PR hasn't worked well against them, but I feel like they really did act in good faith that we still want to play this game. It would just be a lot better for us if we could play it earlier on the season. And for whatever reason, Notre Dame just didn't want to do it. So I think both sides has their opportunities here. And we'll see how this goes forward. Hopefully, John, they can play this game. 2030 is what we heard. Potentially, and maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see.
All right, Ryan, last thing for you. What do you expect tomorrow night? It's kind of a weird game for USC. Both the good receivers, Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane, have opted out of the game. I think they have issues at tight end. I know Lake McCree declared for the draft. Walker Lyons says he wants to enter the transfer portal. Does USC have enough personnel to keep this game tomorrow night, the game you're going to, in San Antonio, competitive against TCU?
Yeah, TCU has most of their players playing this one outside of their quarterback, who's going in the transfer portal. So you got Ken Seals, who's like from the area, and he's a Vanderbilt transfer. He's going to play his last college game as the starter for TCU. But outside of that, and they have one receiver that got hurt, TCU is pretty much intact. They do lose their offensive coordinator, Kendall Briles. But for USC, they're missing Kamari Ramsey. You might not have Bishop Fitzgerald. Your safety spot, you mentioned the wide receiver, but they've played a lot of games with a bunch of these guys out already. So they do have Jade Mayaba. I think that's the most important thing. Chinook Hines is going to be your receiver number one. So I feel like they're going to be, they're about a touchdown favorite in this one. I do like USC to win and cover. We'll see. But yeah, I feel like they're going to be able, they've went through a lot of issues during the season with players being out. It's going to be something similar, but USC certainly has a lot more players opted out than TCU does.
All right, Ryan, I really appreciate you doing this. It'll be interesting to watch. By the way, is the timetable on replacing Danton Lynn a thing? Are they against the clock, or can they take their time on that hire?
I think you could take your time. I mean, the transfer portal is coming up on January 2nd, and that could certainly be an issue. But I feel like they're going to. This has been, this isn't something that's been a surprise. It's been talked about for the last several weeks. So I feel like you might get even something later today or tomorrow or something where, maybe soon after the bowl game, you get some kind of announcement there on who the next TC will be. All
right. Have fun down there. We'll talk to you when you get back, man. Happy holidays.
Later, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
There is our buddy Ryan Abraham from USCFootball.com. I'm mad the game's going away, but yeah. I see USC's side of this. I didn't think their ask was unreasonable.
Their ask may not be unreasonable, but Notre Dame would turn around and say our ask isn't reasonable. I think both sides can be seen as ducking the other. Notre Dame, though, has been better the last few years, so it's easier for them to sell their side.
Right.
And, I think with Lincoln Riley, who still has not won over the USC fan base, it becomes harder for him to sell this because he's seen as the guy that's trying almost to offset what he hasn't done yet.
Right. I have an idea for what might save it. I'll share that with you next. And, when you give somebody a gift, people like to say it's the thought that counts.
Agreed.
If you don't nail it on the gift. Apparently not if you're an NFL quarterback. We'll explain that story as well. Andy in for Mace. I'm John Ireland. Mason in Ireland. ESPN LA.
The biggest moments in sports live on ESPN LA, powered by Hard Rock Casino Tahoe.
The biggest moments in sports happen on ESPN LA, thanks to Hard Rock Casino Tahoe.
The college football playoff.
Into the end zone for his first touchdown as a Sooner. Down to the goal line, touchdown, Rico Scott, touchdown tied.
The biggest moments in sports on ESPN LA from ESPN Radio, powered by Hard Rock Casino Tahoe.
All right, fans, here's your winning play. Live entertainment that hits harder than a goal line drive and 24/7 gaming with nonstop action. No huddle required. Punch it into the end zone at Hard Rock Casino Tahoe, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield.
The biggest moments in sports happen on ESPN LA.
It's exactly what everyone wanted. The best offers of the season during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru Fullerton, where we will donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Take advantage of 1.9% financing for 72 months on a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Premium all-wheel drive.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. All buyers of vehicles will qualify. $325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and an additional $75 from Ocean Subaru Fullerton, plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. Offers do not combine. See dealer for complete details. Expires 12/31/2025.
Don Miguel González Jiménez captured a bit of Mexico and passed it down through generations in a recipe we serve at Mercado González to this day. That's the sound of our Michoacán-inspired carnitas, slowly braising, flavored in salt from El Mar de Colima. The traditional copper cazo, heating the carnitas to a golden brown that pulls apart easily. There's nothing like Mexican tradition in every bite. Mercado González, Mexico in every detail.
Ring in the new year at Pechanga Resort Casino. Count down the 2026 at your choice of premier parties. A totally rad 90s 2000 bash at Kelsey's. The Moulin Rendezvous in the Grand Ballroom. The High Energy Fiesta at 1882 Cantina, or the famous Round Bar Balloon Drop at midnight. Pick your favorite or hit them all with the All Access Pass. Enjoy live entertainment, confetti countdowns, photo ops, and more. Plan your New Year's Eve at Pechanga Resort Casino. Visit pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, for more details.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland.
They all pitch to Rojas.
Hey, this is Miguel Rojas from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
It's back. It's on its way. Out of here. Miguel Rojas.
You're listening to Mason and Ireland Show.
Mason and Ireland rolls on.
Today it's Andy Kamenetzky in Ireland as we roll on. And here's my idea for the USC-Notre Dame thing. Tell me why this won't work, okay? Home team dictates when and where. In other words, so this year would have been, where did they play? They played at Notre Dame this year, so Notre Dame gets to determine when the game is and where you play it. And next year, if USC wants to move it to week 1, Notre Dame deals with that. And then the following year, Notre Dame gets to make up there. Why doesn't that work?
I think my guess is, from both teams' perspective, depending on their strength of schedule, It could be better from SC's perspective. Clearly, they think it is better to play Notre Dame early. We think it is much better to play them early. Notre Dame clearly thinks it is better for us, and maybe this is the difference between being in the Big Ten versus being independent.
Right.
It is better for us to cap a season with SC than it is to begin. And it's really clear that those two positions are pretty intractable because that seems to be the biggest sticking point nobody could get past.
It seems weird to me. If you want to keep, like Ryan Abraham said, if you want to keep the game going, you compromise a little and you keep it going. We'll see.
They clearly don't want to keep it going that badly. I think
right.
That's also, too, in this new world of college football where the playoff, as opposed to the older system, is what dictates final rankings, championships, and whatnot. Both sides are thinking about what is the best way for us to get into the playoff, as opposed to their tradition. And let's be honest, tradition in college sports is going
falling
out the
by
window.
the wayside. Yeah,
so I mean,
you're right.
From their perspective, what's one more?
I think it's too. You could summarize this if somebody who had no knowledge of football or USC or Notre Dame didn't know anything. You were just explaining this to one of your wife's relatives or one of my, who doesn't love sports. I think these two schools are used to dictating terms. And like there's a line about Magic Johnson. One of the reasons why he's such a successful businessman and everything he enters is that if you do business with Magic, he always dictates terms. If you don't want him to dictate terms, then he's out.
Right.
And it's obviously been something that's worked for him for a really long time. I think that's what's going on here.
Yeah. I mean, it's very clear both of these sides feel like when we play each other matters, and to go the opposite way is really disadvantageous for us. And I think both sides specifically are framing this through the prism of the playoff. Like, this could be the thing that keeps us out of the playoff. We want to avoid that. We care more about that than we do preserving this tradition.
Okay, a couple things, and they both have to do with NFL quarterbacks that I want to get to. Brian, I don't know if you've seen this. It just broke.
About Herbert?
Yep. Justin Herbert will not play this weekend against Denver.
Smart move.
It makes sense to me because the Chargers' playoff position is pretty much locked. Like they can move like one or two spots.
They're
but
the wild card
the
team.
AFC's wide open, and there isn't really a dominant team in the AFC. I know I made the argument earlier that the Rams have to play so they can get there. They can play Carolina or New Orleans in round one. That dynamic really doesn't exist in the AFC. And Justin Herbert has been told by Jim Harbaugh, and Harbaugh just told the media he's out. You know, one thing, Brian, I noticed this weekend about Herbert, and I love Justin Herbert. I think he's my fantasy quarterback. He's led me to first place. He's great. He holds on to the ball too long. And I think part of it is that his offensive line is so bad, and he doesn't want to turn it over. But, man, have you ever seen him, like, just throw it away?
He doesn't. I thought about that, too. I was actually at the game Saturday about he's not very quick on the snap, and I feel like a lot of that is he's instantly running for his life or trying to step up, but he does hold on to it too long.
And he takes a lot of sacks. Now, I'm not blaming him, Andy, for these sacks because the offensive line stinks. But you do have the option, as we saw with Phillip Rivers, if nothing's working, just throw the ball out of bounds. Save your body parts. He's already got a broken hand.
Here's the difference, and I'm not saying this to justify Herbert. I'm just saying here's the difference between him and Phillip Rivers, who you just brought up. Justin Herbert can move and make things happen with his legs at times if he hangs on to the ball too long. Phillip Rivers has no choice but to get rid of the ball immediately because in his prime, the guy was a statue. Much less what he is now.
Yeah, I just think Justin could benefit from occasionally throwing.
Sure.
When I was at UCLA, we had a legendary offensive coach named Homer Smith, who was our offensive coordinator. And our buddy Matt Stevens used to play quarterback for it. And, we all worked at the same station back then, and we were all friends with Matt. And Matt used to say that Homer would beat it into him when he was the quarterback at UCLA that, look, if the play is not there, don't force it. Just live to play another day. If the play isn't developing the way, don't saddle us with a 9-yard, 15-yard loss. Just throw the ball out of bounds, and then we'll regroup and do it. I don't think Brian Herbert does that enough. Am I being overly critical of him?
No, he could do that more for sure. And I think a lot of that, too, is, sometimes you got to escape the pocket to throw it away.
Especially with that line.
He can't sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
they lost Rashawn Slater. They lost Joe Alt. I mean, those are their two best offense, both all-pro offensive linemen, highest paid offensive linemen, both out for the year.
And
that
also,
has a lot to do with what we're talking about.
Well, and also, too, like the idea of Herbert not playing this weekend. I know there is a bit of playoff seeding implications, at least potentially for the Chargers, but they may be looking at this saying, okay, Houston already has the tiebreaker over us. We have it over Buffalo, except Buffalo is playing the Jets this weekend, which doesn't matter who they sit. They're going to beat the Jets, who they play, who they sit, whatever. We're playing Denver. We may lose even with Herbert. We'd rather have Herbert get an extra week to try to get healthy than try to push this thing, potentially lose. He gets more hurt, and we gain no tiebreakers anyway.
Okay. Sticking on the theme of quarterbacks, did you guys see this story about Jordan Love, the quarterback of the Packers, bought all of his lineman teammates brand new Nikes for Christmas, for holiday, and he's being hammered for it. The reason people are hammering Jordan Love is they say, look around, man. Brock Purdy got people new Toyotas. Certain other people are getting e-bikes. Other people are getting... And I thought to myself, what a bunch of ungrateful losers these people are. So you guys remember I had that story a couple weeks ago that Taylor Swift gave $197 million in bonuses to her crew, to her dancers, her truck drivers. I mentioned this on the Laker plane about a week ago. And Mark Shaw, our TV producer, who I love, he's a great guy, turns around and goes, yeah, it's less than 1% of what she makes on the tour. That is such a loser way to look at things. If Jordan Love walked up to you and said, if anybody from here walked up to you, like Sua did this about a month ago. He gave everybody shoes. Sua Cravens. I haven't got mine yet. And I said, I said,
love you, Sua.
Yeah. Said, I'm thankful that I got. What happened to it's the thought that counts? Why are people so effing ungrateful?
Well, because in part, this becomes a public contest, at least in the minds of a lot of people. Like,
as the gift recipient, I would not feel that way.
Look, man, I'm often uncomfortable just getting gifts, period. Like, I don't all...
You're not a good recipient.
I don't need them. I appreciate them. I don't need them. But it becomes a public contest, amongst these people who've decided that they are the judges. And also, too, there's an element of eat the rich to it where you look at these guys who make a ton. I mean, they do make stupid amounts of money. And it starts becoming, well, they could give more. They could do this. It's not breaking
But how
them.
do you criticize Taylor Swift for giving out $197 million in bonuses?
Let's put it this way.
And that's the very first thing out of his mouth. Oh, yeah? It's less than 1% of what she made on the tour.
If Taylor Swift actually gave out gifts that were so expensive that it could somehow financially break her, everybody would criticize her for being too stupid and loose with her money.
Right.
Like the object of giving gifts should not be to put yourself in poverty.
Hello. Yeah. The object, by the way, the object of receiving gifts should be thank you.
Right. Yes.
And by the way, if you're expecting a gift that is somehow tied to the person's overall income, you're going to be disappointed.
Well, I mean, look, Luka, for example, just gave the entire Laker organization e-bikes.
Yeah, I know. I got one.
Right, which is
Where
awesome.
is it? I just picked it up today.
Yeah?
I picked it up this morning
Are
from
you
the
and
Lake
Michael going to go riding together?
We haven't yet. And here, literally, the text I sent to Lisa was, I parked the bike in the garage. I don't have time to figure out how it works. The manual's in the bag. Figure it out. Because eventually in our garage, I'm going to have to put it up high because we just don't have enough space everywhere. So, that's an extraordinary gesture that we all thanked Luka for, and it's great. But if Luka would have given everybody his shoes, which he debuted on Christmas, that would have been awesome too.
Look, I am willing to bet that Luka got some type of deal. Maybe he has some type of setup with this company, whatever.
Right, but that doesn't lessen the gift on my end.
Of course it doesn't. He may have gotten some type of deal.
I don't care if he got them all for free.
Well,
I'm super appreciative.
I was going to say, I am willing to bet he did not get them all for free. He paid something, even if it was some type of discount. But you don't judge Luka's gesture based on how close to destitute did Luka become after giving people these gifts. Like,
no,
it's incredibly nice of him.
Right. And I think people should be thankful. Like, everybody on our show gave everybody gifts, and Mason and I just give Brian and Emily money. I give all the people in the Laker crew money. By the way, did you ever hear the story about why I give money now?
No.
Did you go to Lindsay Theory's wedding?
No.
All right. So Lindsay Theory, who's a great reporter for ESPN,
She's awesome.
is married to an airline pilot. This was years ago before she had kids. She was getting married. She invited all of us.
I didn't realize she had kids.
I think she does now.
Okay.
Yeah. I think she has 2 now, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, she is for those who are unfamiliar with her. She does NFL coverage for ESPN. She's often
She used to cover the Rams, and now she does the whole league.
And she's on the Sunday morning shows. Like, she'll be doing hits from different stadiums, stuff like that.
So when she got married, we used to bring her on every week to talk about the Rams. This is when she was on the Rams beat, the job that Sarah Barshop has now. And so we'd bring Lindsay on. She kind of got the show. We became fans of hers personally, and we all became friends. So she invites the 2 of us to her wedding. I don't go. Mace goes. I went into her registry and bought her these floating candles that she asked for. I don't know, they cost a couple $100. I paid for them. And so we get her on the show, and Mason gave her straight cash. And we get Lindsay on the show, and we said, we have a question for you, and you cannot duck it. She goes, okay. I go, whose gift meant more to you? Mason, who gave you money, or me, who gave you this thing off your registry? She goes, I'm looking at the thing you got me right now. It's fantastic. I go, so is that the answer? And she said, sadly, no. She goes, the great thing about getting money is you can apply it to whatever you really need.
Yeah.
And so I switched that day.
You
after
can
she
never
said that. I used to think it was tacky to give people money. I'm guessing, Brian, and you too, Funch, that over the years, the gifts I've given you, you're just fine getting money, right?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Right. And so that's when I switched. But anybody bitching about the quality of the gift is just a complainer.
I agree.
I mean, come on.
I completely agree.
You people yelling at Jordan Love that he didn't step it up when he gave you all brand new pairs of Nikes. Shut
Did you see
up.
what Aaron Rodgers did?
No.
He bought basically his offensive line like an off-terrain vehicle, which is like up to $20,000 each.
Right. Well, I think Brock Purdy got his whole offensive line Toyotas.
Yeah.
Right, but look, and I'm not saying this to take anything away from Rodgers or Purdy. I'm willing to bet that both of those guys have some type of connection,
of course,
to Toyota or
well, now
whatever.
You sound like Mark Shaw.
No.
They could have paid more.
No. I'm saying that doesn't matter. They still went out of their way to do this thing, and I can promise you they did not get all of those cars or all-terrain vehicles or whatever for free.
Right.
But
they made it happen.
Look, even if they did, somebody else got a free car.
Right. Amen. All right, coming up, we're running a little long, but coming up late. Do your parents have a sense of humor?
Yeah.
Like, if you played a practical joke on your parents, would they find it funny or would they yell at you? We have a great test case for that I will play for you next. Coming up at top of the hour is Fastrack. And Game of Games today, it's my game, and I think it's going to be fun. It's in honor of LeBron's birthday, which is tomorrow. All right, coming up next, would your parents be okay with you playing a practical joke on them? First, let me tell you about iSpot Active. This is a company that James Worthy owns, and partially. And what it is it's wearable cryotherapy. You put on these compression shirts and pants, and you slide ice-cold gel packs into those pants or shirts, and 20 minutes later, if you're like me, you're going to feel a lot better. I used to go into cryo chambers and spend a lot of money on treatments. Now, I just wear iSpot Active. I put it on for 20 minutes. My pain, my soreness is better. I take it off. I'm good to go until the next day. Throw this stuff in your freezer, and you're good to go. You can, too, benefit from iSpot Active by just going to their website, iSpotActive.com, ICEBOD Active.com. You can check out the website. You'll see Worthy on there. You can talk about all the different ways they can make you get over your soreness. It's a smarter, faster, better way to ice. iSpot Active, iSpotActive.com. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
The biggest moments in sports live on ESPN LA. Powered by Hard Rock Casino to home.
The college football playoff.
Throws end zone. It's intercepted. Bryce Fitzgerald, his second pick of the game. His 6th
of the year, and the Miami Hurricanes are going to pull off the up.
The biggest moments in sports on ESPN LA from ESPN Radio. Powered by Hard Rock Casino Tejon.
All right, fans, here's your winning play. Live entertainment that hits harder than a goal line drive and 24/7 gaming with nonstop action. No huddle required. Punch it into the end zone at Hard Rock Casino Tejon, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield.
The biggest moments in sports happen on ESPN LA.
He plays with toys, and kids leave cookies out for him. How do I get that gig? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Make a New Year's resolution you won't break. More Morongo.
Number 2.
We've got over $1 million in progressive jackpots at your favorite slots and table games.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. A royal affair filled with fun, $50,000 in free slot play and prizes, and fabulous good times.
Morongo. Good times.
When life hits hard and you need a championship-winning team on your side, like Normand Legal and Joseph S. Normand, proud partners of ESPN LA for over 15 years. If you've been in an accident, don't face it alone. Normand Legal goes full throttle, tackling every obstacle and fighting to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Just like the best teams in LA, they've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts. Call 213-747-1234. That's 213-747-1234 or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Hi, this is Devontae Adams of your LA Rams. The biggest show on the radio, this is Mason in Ireland. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Okay, right now we're giving away a pair of tickets to the college football playoff, Capital One Orange Bowl, Texas Tech against Oregon at Cosm, Los Angeles. That's over in Inglewood by SoFi Stadium on January 1st, New Year's Day at 9 a.m. You can get the full surround sound experience. We'll give it to the 7th caller right now, 877-710-3776. 877-710-ESPN, 7th caller gets it right now. Okay, wanted to get to this clip. Here's the backstory. A guy is driving home, and he calls his parents to tell them he had been pulled over for speeding in his dad's truck. This guy's maybe 20, okay? But he told the cops he was speeding home because one of his parents had passed out while they were mowing the lawn. It was a hot day, and he needed to help them. He explains on the phone, you'll hear all this. He explains on the phone to his parents that he's a couple minutes away, the cops are following him, and they need to pretend one of them has passed out so his story will hold up. Brian, leave my mic open for this because I'm gonna do a little Mystery Science Theater, but here's what it sounded like when this guy called his parents.
What's up? Dad, I just got pulled over for a speeding ticket. What happened? Yeah, I just got pulled over. I told the cop, though, that I was speeding because you were passed out, and I was speeding to help you. Dude, were you in my truck, too? Yeah. Well, now the cop's following me back home, and we're about to be back. You have to, like, pretend to pass out or something. Oh, you're Please. You're an idiot. Please, How far are you? Like 2 minutes. There's a cop behind me, too. Okay. Just pretend you, like, passed out mowing the lawn or something. I'll do it.
All right, so now his dad
you okay?
Where are the cops, Dominic?
is lying on the ground.
Where are the cops? We're doing this for you, you dumb f***. Where are the cops?
I don't see how this.
Are you?
You're an idiot.
God, I'm not helping you again.
You're an idiot. I
for
hurt my
anything.
back, but you're an idiot.
Now, you finished the lawn.
You finished the line. There were never any cops. His mom was pouring water into his dad's mouth, who was lying on the ground next to the lawnmower. Would your parents find that funny or stupid?
Not even sort of funny. And they both have a good sense of humor. But, like, first of all, in the case, I mean, if we're really going to play this thing out, in the case of my mom is way too frail for a prank like this. Like, if she gets down on the ground, it's a group process serious. Getting her back up.
Right.
Like, so I'm jeopardizing her health if I actually do this prank. Second of all, just full disclosure, I don't think there's a chance in hell this wasn't completely staged to begin with.
Well, that's what everybody thinks now, is that everything is AI or everything was staged. But, Brian, assume for the bit that this was real. Would your parents find that funny or just be mad at you forever?
I think it's one of these things they would be mad at me for a long time, and then maybe a few years down the line they would think it's funny. But at the time, no way.
My parents would react exactly the way that guy's parents reacted. They would just call me every name in the book and tell me they're not helping me. I'd be in the doghouse for at least a week.
Especially, here's the other reason why my parents, again, other than I'm quite literally jeopardizing my mother's health for this. The other reason they would not find this funny is this guy did it for the viral clicks.
Right.
So all of a sudden, my parents, who, if you want to believe this was real, was only trying to help out their son, they're being made to look stupid for an audience so my kid can get more followers and Insta-clout.
Yeah.
So they would rightly tell me to go bleep myself.
I actually think the parents come off a little bit like rock stars here. They knew it was stupid. They knew that their son was about to get caught in a lie, and they covered for him until they realized he was pulling their leg, and then they unloaded on him. I think most parents react that way. Wouldn't you if your daughter tried to pull something similar? You would try and help her, right?
I would.
And then when you found out she was messing with you, you'd be mad at her for a week.
I would be unhappy that she put this online. Like, I'd be like, really, what did I do to deserve this? Like, really, like, why are you putting me through viral humiliation?
Yeah, my mom wouldn't even know what viral means. You know, if I told my mom, hey, that clip of you went viral, she'll go, I don't understand. What does that mean?
Who would know? Donna.
There, Donna Mason, yeah.
Donna Mason would know what viral means.
Let's get this effing show on the road. All right, coming up next is Fastrack. We'll get Funch in here. We'll get Brian in here. They got a bunch of stuff to throw at us. Reminder, Andy and I are going to 3:15 today. Rams, Falcons on ESPN LA later this afternoon. Mason in Ireland, Andy in for Mace, ESPN LA.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station. Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it a Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Ring in the new year in a brand new Chevy and take advantage of massive model year-ending savings on 2025 models with up to $16,000 off. Save big on Corvette Z06, Tahoe, Traverse, Silverado 2500 and more. Every remaining 2025 must go and George Chevrolet is ready to deal. Visit them off the 91 freeway, Lakewood exit in Bellflower or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Discount calculated off MSRP on select remaining models. Sample stock number 251-655. Offer ends 1/4/26. For details, call 866-949-4805.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's hottest card room. Pre-game with friends on game days inside Century Bar and Grill and enjoy daily lunch specials or catch up over a late-night dinner. Step into Ray's Lounge and enjoy live music, DJs on the weekends, and savory crafted cocktails. The only spot where you can park, party, and play 24/7. Hollywood Park Casino now open. Located next to the Forum and SoFi Stadium and the all-new Intuit Dome. For more info, go to playhbc.com or follow them at PlayHBC. Must be 21 plus to enter.
At Normand Legal, we don't sit on the sidelines. We fight to win for you.
If you've been in an accident, car, motorcycle, truck, or a fall, don't wait. Call Normand Legal right now.
We've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts, and we'll go full throttle to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Pick up that phone and call 213-747-1234. That's 213-747-1234.
Or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling, while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. What's the advantage? With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast, but you also get the best person for your job. It's a win-win. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Recruiting a team or looking for fresh talent, ZipRecruiter covers the field with their powerful technology and immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even line up. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland.
All right, it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350Q, 3 1/4 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plane manifold, Vulcan race cams.
Fast Track on Mason in Ireland.
Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Andy in for him, but we do have Fast Track. Brian Cohen, Michael Funches. Cohen, you're going first. What do you got?
All right, so we're winding down the NFL season here. So all the season records are coming up now.
Right.
Here's one that I saw yesterday that I could not wrap my head around, and we'll see if it makes it all the way following next week. So the New York Jets this year have already set their record at 15 games, 460 pass attempts without an interception. That was going into the game yesterday against the Patriots. So now it's 16 games, 480 pass attempts. Yes, 0 interceptions on the season for the Jets. Already set the record. If they make it another game, everything is saying this record would be unbeatable because no team will ever, go more than 17. It's kind of crazy, too. A lot of people are, saying, oh, Aaron Glenn, the defensive back head coach coming over this year. They had Robert Saleh, another defensive coach last year. So their defense is what they pride themselves on. 0 INTs. What do you take about that going a whole season?
Okay, so let me make sure I got this right. You're not saying that the Jets quarterback has never thrown an interception. You're saying they've never intercepted.
That's what I thought, too.
Yeah, they have no team interceptions on the season.
I was like, I have the Patriots on my fantasy team. They got an interception yesterday against the Jets. So
right. No.
I get it now.
What he's saying is the defense. Yeah.
Never happened before.
And their defensive back head coach. I can't imagine that record ever being broken. Can you? I didn't even know that existed.
I just assume that every team in the league has recorded at least one interception.
I would have said, Brian, if you would have come on and gone, all right, what team you think has the fewest interceptions in the NFL? And even if I would have said Jets and you said how many, I would say, maybe 1 a game, 16.
Right.
They have 0?
0.
Like, not even in week 1 or 2.
Exactly.
Well, let me put this in perspective. They have 0 on the season. The next closest is a 3-way tie between Dallas, Tennessee, and San Fran for 6. So the next closest has, not 6 times 0, but you understand what I mean. Like 6 times the interceptions. That's crazy.
Yeah, I would have, if you would have said true or false, I would have said that's 100% false and bet a lot of money on it. That's insane.
I heard that during Red Zone yesterday, and I just had to triple check it. I was like, there's no way this can be real.
They are also tied for 4th lowest in the league for fumble recoveries. So not surprisingly, they are the worst in the league for total takeaways. The next closest is the Commanders with 9 total takeaways. So more than double what the Jets have.
Well, and at some point during the season, they traded Sauce Gardner, right?
They did, yeah. Only like a month ago, I'd say.
Yeah, so that probably factors in, too. All right, what do you got, Funch?
All right, Kim Kardashian might have a heart. She recently revealed that she gave her sister Courtney a really good Christmas present, which was a replica bike from 1985's Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, wow.
And it's not a replica bike, Funch. It's the actual bike.
There's one of 14 that were used in the film.
Right.
And this is one of them.
Right.
So, yes, it cost $125,000. I'm going to ask you guys a question. What Hollywood memorabilia from any movie would you like to have and own?
This is what popped into my head because I've never given this question any thought. I would want the gun that Michael Corleone took off the back of the toilet and then dropped after he assassinated the cop and the mob guy. That's what I'd want.
That would be pretty awesome. This just popped in my head, and I'm not even a big car guy, but I do like muscle cars. John Wick's car would be pretty awesome.
I thought you were going to say like a car from the Fast and
Me,
Furious.
that's where I thought he was going too.
John Wick's car would be pretty fantastic. Gene Siskel, by the way, he was a huge fan of the movie.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. He was a huge fan of the movie Saturday Night Fever.
Okay.
It was his all-time favorite movie. He paid, I want to say, like a couple $100,000 or something high to get Travolta's white suit from Saturday Night Fever in some type of auction.
Probably worth a lot more today.
Yeah. Now, I understand that all these things are investments, all these things that come from movies. But, like, the actual jewel from Titanic that she throws off the boat at the end would be worth a lot. But, Andy, I have no memorabilia in my house of any kind.
Really?
No sports memorabilia, no movie memorabilia. I'm not that guy. Do you? Are you a collector of stuff like that?
I'm not a super collector of things like that. Like, I've got a couple. I've got, this is really cool. The Stones, the album Some Girls, I think from 1978. My brother Brian, for one of my birthdays, got me a framed poster of Some Girls.
A rare copy of vinyl?
No, of a poster.
Oh, nice.
And Mick Jagger, Mick Taylor, I think, too, Keith Richards, and Charlie Watts all autographed it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great.
And I've got a Simpsons poster that's autographed by a few of the cast members. That's also pretty cool. I've got maybe a couple other smaller things, but I've never been a huge collector that way.
Brian, what do you want?
If it was also functional, I would say the hoverboard from.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to say the DeLorean. I want the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Give me the hoverboard. Yeah.
Well, I read a story the other day. You know who Melora Hardin is? She's an actress. Okay, so you guys would recognize her from The Office. She played Steve Carell's girlfriend.
Okay.
And temporarily boss in The Office. I read a story that she was originally cast to be Michael J. Fox's love interest in Back to the Future.
Yes.
And they ended up letting her go because she was too tall for Michael J. Fox. He couldn't, stand. And Michael J. Fox came out this week and said, I feel horrible for her. I mean, obviously, that's...
Well, I mean, he wasn't even Michael J. Fox.
I was going to say, wasn't Eric Stoltz the original guy?
Eric Stoltz was originally casting got fired.
With Melora Hardin.
Right.
And then Stoltz got fired. And when they brought Michael J. Fox in, they went, well, this doesn't work anymore. She's too tall.
I mean, stuff like that actually happens. Like Three's Company, they went through multiple casts before they landed on the one that we all know. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Ritter, I think, was the one constant, but there was a lot of shuffling around.
Well, we were talking before the show about the John Madden movie, and the trailers have started to leak out. And Nicolas Cage, is playing John Madden. Christian Bale is playing Al Davis. And so I went down that rabbit hole when I saw the trailer come out, and they said their first choice, and they couldn't work it out, of who to play John Madden would have been Will Ferrell. Do you think he could have pulled that off?
I'm inclined to say no, and I don't even know if it's Will Ferrell's fault. I don't know. I feel like Will Ferrell, because he's done so many impressions over the course of his career, I think people will treat it like him doing an SNL sketch, whether it's fair or not. Like, I don't think he's great casting for it.
Right.
It's not totally his fault.
Would casting Frank Caliendo be too characterish?
That's awful casting.
Well, but he does like, if you're listening to him talk, he sounds exactly like Matt.
But he's got to act. Like, he's got to do actual scenes.
Isn't it like kind of cartoonish, though?
Who?
Frank Caliendo.
Yeah, I think that's horrible casting.
I think if you've ever watched a Nicolas Cage movie, the phrase "over the top" will come into play.
But not always, though. Not always. Like, often, but not always. When it's supposed to be more subdued, he can do subdued.
That last movie, The Unbearable Lightness of Being Nick Cage, or whatever that was.
The Unbearable Weight of
man, I want to see
Talent.
that movie.
It's fun.
It's
so
great.
much fun.
And by the way, do you know who plays the daughter in that movie? Nick Cage's daughter.
Off the top of my head, no.
It's Kate Beckinsale and Michael Sheen's kid.
Oh, yes.
Lily Mo Sheen,
yes,
and she's great in it.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie where Nicolas Cage plays himself, very in on the joke and his reputation for
surprisingly good movie.
Oh, it's really, really fun.
Yeah, really, really good. All right, coming up next, more Fast Track. Mason and Ireland. Andy in for Mace, ESPN LA.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
Time for our LA Rams to bounce back from the loss in Seattle. It's Week 17 Monday Night Football in the ATL. Coverage begins at 3:15 p.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff with Travis Rogers and Sua Cravens.
Kickoff from Mercedes-Benz Stadium at 5:15.
And after the game, don't miss the Rams postgame show.
Rams, Falcons.
Hello, this is Puka Nacua of your LA Rams. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
This is the Southern California Kia Dealers Rams Report.
Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams looking to bounce back after losing 2 of their previous 3 games. They get to do it in front of a national audience. Monday Night Football in Atlanta against the Falcons. And don't forget, the Rams have the Atlanta Falcons first-round pick in the upcoming NFL draft, which means the worse Atlanta does, the better that is for the Rams. And, of course, the Rams still fighting to get back to the top of the NFC West and potentially back to the top of the NFC. We will have all of the play-by-play action. JB Long, Maurice Jones-Drew, and DeMarco Farr with all of your play-by-play. And immediately preceding that is the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff with myself, Travis Rogers, and Sua Cravens. And then immediately following Monday Night Football between the Rams and the Falcons, it is the Rams postgame show with me and Sua breaking it all down, getting you ready for the final week of the season. With Friday's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
The Southern California Kia Dealers Rams Report, driven by your Southern California Kia dealers.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 1/2/26.
The champion has landed. Lionel Messi's exclusive wine is here, and he chose Mortada Imports, the only place in the U.S. to get it. This isn't just wine. It's a piece of history. Get the 10 Goat Syrah Sicilia, a world-class collectible for the world's greatest fan. Don't miss this winning opportunity. Pre-sale is happening now. Go to messywine.com. That's messywine.com. Own the legend.
I know you're listening to me wearing glasses or contacts. You're either nearsighted, farsighted, have astigmatism, or you're just over 45 and have to wear reading glasses. This is Dr. Sarudi, and I promise you, I can help you with any of these issues. No anesthesia, no pain, no downtime, and if you qualify, I'll even guarantee you with 20/20 or better vision or give your money back. I've never had to after 60,000 cases. Call 855-NOW-2020. 855-NOW-2020. That's 855-669-2020.
We expect our information in real time.
US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Fast Track. And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, Brian Cohen, what's next?
All right, so last segment brought up the NFL records coming towards the end of the season here. We have another thing people seem to be watching for. It's the player incentives. So yesterday during Red Zone, there was a whole lot of, here's a sack, here's an extra $500,000. Stephon Diggs caught a touchdown, $500,000. We're up to the player incentive time. Tonight, I think there's a few Rams DBs that have some player incentives going as well. So, yeah, if you hear some of that, there might be a little more motivation. I saw this Twitter account that was calling for the best bets of Week 18, and it lists all the player incentives saying, ride this. Make a parlay riding all the player incentives because these players, and a lot of these are for players on teams that aren't playing for anything.
Right.
If you want to hit big, follow the player incentives. Do you like that this is even out there, or does this feel a little bit like pocket watching, or is this a smart bet to lay with everybody that's going for something
I
next
would
week?
never touch a sports prop bet, and here's why. They're too easy to manipulate. You know, let's say $100 million comes in on somebody getting 15 completions, all right? All that guy has to do is tank the completions, and it affects the outcome of the bet. I've seen too many sports, Andy, to know that prop bets are dangerous.
Yeah, the prop bets is really where so much of the problems with, legalized gambling and any concerns about integrity of the game comes in. That being said, probably is some useful information to have if you are going to get involved with it, unless you are worried that maybe the player with the incentive could be in on it and raises a lot of money, a lot of bets on him hitting this incentive, and then he somehow is able to manipulate it so he makes more money by not hitting the incentive under the table. But that's, something Jonte Porter would do.
Right. And I think it's too easy to manipulate.
Yeah. And
so for that reason, I don't think it's on the up and up. And it's almost like playing poker in a fixed game. Not that I would know, but there are some in the NBA who apparently do that. I just wouldn't touch it. It's too dangerous.
Fast Track.
Funch, what do you got?
All right, guys. So a couple that went to a Cheesecake Factory. This is a video that is garnered 300,000 views on TikTok. A couple went to Cheesecake Factory and they ordered a pizza and a sandwich, and they also put in for a mac and cheese. Now they got the pizza and the sandwich, but the mac and cheese didn't come, and they believe that the waitress didn't put it in. They said that they looked at her pad and see the mac and cheese or whatever, but they never asked about the mac and cheese. Hey, where is it? Where, no one else came to go check on them or whatever. This couple proceeded to leave this waitress $0 for tip. Now, is that worthy of not leaving a tip?
Let me be perfectly clear about something. It is never okay to leave nothing for a tip. I say this as a former waiter, as a former bartender.
Of course.
Mason and Michael feel differently, both of them. They say if they get awful service, Mason one time wrote on the back of a check, smile.
Get
My
out of here.
advice
That's
is
weak.
your tip.
That's weak.
Because he thought that she was absolutely awful. And Michael says if he gets bad service, really bad service, he's just paying the bill and walking out. I have been in too many restaurants.
Yeah.
I know there are too many things beyond the control of the server. I always, if the service isn't great, I'll tip the minimum, which for me is 15%. But if you give me good service, I'm going 20, 25% every single time.
Well, here's my thing, too. Like, according to what Funchy said, they never asked about the mac and cheese.
Is that their fault? Because they're waiting for the waitress to check on them about this.
I mean, if there was a mistake made by the server, like, okay, fine. Like, the server may not have written it down, may not have entered correctly, may have forgotten to check with the kitchen, whatever. But if they never asked about it, how mad about it could they really have been? If they never at any point said, hey, we ordered mac and cheese. Do you know when that's coming out?
And everyone's done this at a restaurant before where they ordered something, it never came,
That to me feels like them looking for a reason not to tip and landing on it. Because, again, they couldn't have been that mad if they didn't ask about it once.
By the way, for people who don't know, waiters and waitresses get charged for you not tipping if you don't tip. So, I mean, it comes out of their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that I can't live with that. It's the same thing when I always say to you guys, whenever you stay in a hotel room, like I stay in hotel rooms over 100 nights a year, I never, ever leave a hotel room without leaving a tip for the cleaning staff because they don't make any money.
Yes. Right. The only reason, I guess, and this has really never happened before, but the only reason that I would not tip would be if the server was downright, like, rude or hostile towards me.
Yeah.
Like, really, really just going
There's a deli in New York City, I don't think it's there anymore, Carnegie Deli, where the waiters and waitresses used to basically insult you. That was part of the bit.
I used to bartend at the defunct Carnegie Deli in Beverly Hills.
Is that the one with the big sandwiches and stuff?
Yeah.
Did they have the same policy there? Did they encourage the waiters and waitresses to play along with the customers?
I don't know because I was bartending. I was never actually out
but
there.
But they never asked you to do it?
No, I never did any serving. And, believe it or not, the bar at the Carnegie Deli, not exactly like a hotbed of customers.
I would think.
Although my friends used to love it because they would come in and just get free drinks.
Was it Jason's Deli that was in Beverly Hills, right by the Beverly Center?
No. Jerry's.
Jerry's Deli. Is that still there?
No,
it's been gone for like 10 years at least.
They used to have the biggest menu. They had like 25 pages in their menu.
The only Jerry's that I can think of that may still be around, and it might be gone. I have no idea. There was one in Studio City.
Yeah, big one right on the main drag there on Ventura.
Yeah, it was attached to a bowling alley. I don't know if it's still there. The one, though, in Beverly Hills, definitely gone.
Yeah, that menu put the Cheesecake Factory to shame.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
All right, so I have a related restaurant dilemma that I want to ask you guys about. So a guy and his wife go into an Outback Steakhouse and sit down at a table. No one acknowledged them for 15 minutes. So they got up and left. This has gone viral because some people think they should have simply said something to the host stand. Like maybe they sat in a section where the waiters and waitresses were taking a break. Others think 15 minutes is more than reasonable. If you walk into a restaurant, you sit down, and no one speaks to you for 15 minutes, you would be well within your rights to walk out, and many people would do the same thing. What's the best way to handle that, Andy? If you and I walk into a restaurant, we've been sitting there for 15 minutes, and nobody says a word to us. Do you want to get up and leave, or do you want to get up and say something to the host?
I mean, here's actually the real question that I think matters. How badly do you want to eat at this place?
Well, let's say we're both hungry, but we don't have to eat there.
Right. My thing would be if you've already gotten off to a start where you're sitting 15 minutes and nobody's gotten to you, chances are the actual meal is going to take that much longer to get to you. Like everything's going to take that much longer. I would just leave. But if you really want to stay, you should at least go to somebody and ask about it before walking out. Like sometimes, even if you shouldn't have to be more proactive, if you want to get the thing you want, you do have to be a little proactive.
Yeah. French, how about you? Would you walk out?
I've done this a couple times where the waiter or the service, we weren't feeling the service or we weren't feeling the place. We'd been there 15, 20 minutes. We didn't order anything yet. We just got water. We left. Me and my wife. Yeah.
Brian, where are you on this one?
Yeah, same thing. I'd give it 15 minutes, not even water or anything. Yeah, I'd just say it's not the right place to be at.
Well, I always used to say, like, as you guys all know, I won't go anywhere that has a line because I have no patience. And so if I walk in and there's like 10 people waiting to get, I say, okay, their efficiency's off. I'm out of here.
Right. And look, it might be one of those things where they're short-staffed, they're slammed. Like there can be legitimate reasons that aren't just the server doesn't care, the restaurant doesn't care, but that may be something you can't negotiate in that moment. If you want to eat in a reasonable amount of time, you just might need to leave.
I can see both sides of that, actually. It would be...
Man, I don't think there's really a side to it. Like,
No. Well, if you said to me, I go, hey, nobody said a word to us for 15 minutes. I'm out of here. Let's go. And you say, wait a minute. What? We're going to have to wait somewhere else. Let me say something to the host, Stan.
Right.
Let me figure out what's going on. I'd hang around.
Sure. I mean, that's fine. But the point,
that's what I mean by both sides.
The point being, I don't think anybody is truly right or wrong in this. It's just like, look, we've waited a while. People aren't getting to us. There might be a reason. I don't really care what the reason is. I want to eat. There's 10,000 other restaurants we can go to. Let's go to one of them.
All right, coming up next, if you heard a high school coach use a bunch of profanity, is that grounds for being fired? Not sure that it is, but that's what happened in Montana. We'll explain to you next. Mason and I, by the way, Fastrack coming up at about 2:40. It's the last, Game of Games coming up. It's the last Game of Games of the year. Do one of you guys have the Game of Games standings? I know I'm in front, but can any of you catch me?
I do, yeah. John, you're ahead 4. I have 2. Funch also has 2, and Andy has 1.
All right, so Andy can play spoiler, and if either of you get it, you would tie me and get half of the $10,000. So we'll play that coming up at about 2:40. And we're going until 3:15 today because we're leading into Rams-Falcons tonight. We'll talk more about that game coming up as well. Mason and Ireland, Andy and for Mace, ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it to Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge 3 by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
What's going on, LA? Bethel Duran here, and Toyota-thon is officially on. Go see my friends at Northridge Toyota or One Juice Toyota for a brand new 2025 Tacoma that's ready to lease for just $87 a month for 36 months plus tax. That's what I'm rolling in. It's a perfect time for a trade-in. Your ride might be worth more than ever. Northridge Toyota, One Juice Toyota, they make it easy.
Tacoma SR 2.4-cylinder turbo rear-wheel drive, 6-foot bed extra cab. Model 7162G, VIN number 3TY, JDAHN, 1STO 37657. Base excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, dealer options, and charges. $59.95 down. Payment $87. Expires 12/31/25.
He plays with toys, and kids leave cookies out for him. How do I get that gig? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Make a New Year's resolution you won't break. More Morongo.
Number 2.
We've got over $1 million in progressive jackpots at your favorite slots and table games.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. A royal affair filled with fun, $50,000 in free slot play and prizes, and fabulous good times.
Morongo. Good times.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-498-6548. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-498-6548. That's 800-498-6548. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh,
Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go. That's
good
the correct
for you,
answer.
Johnny I.
More of Mason and Ireland right now.
All right, today it's Andy Kamenetzky in Ireland, and we are wrapping it up here. We got about 45 minutes left. We're going until 3:15 today because the Rams take on the Falcons. We're leading right into that. If Travis and Sua get in here early, we'll bring them in here with us and preview the game. But I wanted to bring this story up, Andy, because if Mason worked for this school, he would have been fired 10 minutes after he was hired. But there is a high school in Montana named Bridger High School. It's a small school. Mm-hmm. It is located less than 30 miles from the Wyoming border. It enrolls 55 students in total. That's it. But they have a basketball team. And there's a kid there named Jake Kalavig. He played basketball there 4 or 5 years ago. And he returned home to his alma mater to be an assistant coach for the boys' varsity basketball team. His mom was previously the athletic director. He played there.
Well, actually, this is important to note. She was actually the athletic director when the incident that will be discussed happened.
Okay. So we're not sure which. He was either forced to resign or fired, but we know the reason why. He used profanity. Apparently, parents complained that this guy wouldn't stop swearing. They went to the principal, and the principal said he had received multiple reports of a team environment that is emotionally unsafe and unsupportive. They discussed him with this coach, with the head coach, earlier this month, and an incident took place at practice later that night where this assistant, this guy Jake, who was fired, told two players to shut the F up because they would not stop talking. He met with them the next morning to know. The head coach then came to him and said a letter of termination would be brought to the school board. He says he was not warned about prior complaints or discipline for any previous behavior, but they said he swore enough where the parents were uncomfortable and he was fired. Andy, should high school coaches be fired for swearing?
Depends how they're swearing and how often they're swearing.
Let's say they swear a lot. Let's say they're Bobby Knight guilty. They swear as much as Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight was an emotional monster.
Correct.
Who deserved to be fired well before he ever was. He was a terrible person. And Bobby Knight was a bully and somebody that used his power to bully not just his athletes, but everybody around him. So if your example is Bobby Knight for this coach, I would say, hell yeah, he ought to be fired.
All right. Let me give you a little more background. Here's his side of the story, Jake, the coach who got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, why wasn't I told about the complaints beforehand? I wasn't reprimanded. I wasn't asked for my side of the story. There was no due process. I told the kid to shut the F up. But that came after me asking him twice to stop talking so I can explain what to do. And it wasn't just one kid I said it to. I said it to two kids.
I don't know if that helps his case.
I said one little thing that coaches say every day in practice, and I get fired on the spot. That's wrong. Nobody else has had this happen to them. This is personal. End quote. I kind of believe the coach. And by the way, the reason I love high school and college sports is it prepares you for the rest of your life. And the rest of your life is not always going to be easy. If you get bent out of shape because somebody told you to F off or to shut the F up, you need to toughen up because it's going to happen a lot more.
Right, but just because you do need to be equipped for that doesn't mean it's that coach's job to do that specifically. The coach's job is not to toughen you up for life, first and foremost. The coach's job is to actually coach you.
Right.
And very often, coaches will use that type of rationale as a way of being able to get away with what they want. I'm just toughening up these soft kids. I would also point out that perhaps there's a chance he wasn't disciplined over this stuff because the athletic director was his mother. You know, like there is a chance that maybe this guy was a little bit coddled himself.
All right.
Because he had an athletic director who's his mom.
All right.
Also, according to the principal, this wasn't just one incident.
Right, but they never told him that he had a problem.
According to him.
Here's what the head coach said. The coach supports the assistant, the guy who got fired. He said, quote, if you're going to fire Jake, you guys have the right to do that, but you don't have the right to violate civil rights.
There were no civil rights.
And you don't have the right to not give them due process and expect coaches to follow every little rule down to the rule that's in there and then break all of yours.
What civil rights were violated?
I don't know. They said that Jake has until Thursday to resign or he's going to be fired, so that leads me to believe you guys have already made the decision to fire him, which is true.
My guess is that this is something that had been building for a while in a very insulated, small-town community that a lot of people just sort of feel like they have run of the place. And, like, look, I have recently dealt with this as the father of somebody who plays high school sports.
Where the coach was tougher than, let's say, necessary?
Not tougher than necessary. It's not a question of being tough. It's how are you doing it and why are you doing it? Are you messaging the things that you want from your players, or are you just throwing your authority around? Like, I will say this, isn't without, I don't want to get into details of my daughter's volleyball, but like my daughter wants to be coached. Like she wants to be coached.
Just a matter about how they execute
that. Right. It's
that.
how you actually talk to the kids or how you cuss at them.
All right, Brian, what do you think? Does this guy deserve to be fired because he was throwing the F word around pretty loosely?
No, I don't think so. I think it's overstep.
Brian, Funch? Nah. I think that, like, for example, I'm around NBA coaches. I know these are not professionals, but the F word is a verb, a noun, a subject, all of it. And I think that if you hear those things in high school, it takes the shock out of them when you hear them later in life. I think we're way too overly sensitive about cursing. I think everybody curses for the most part, and it's just a matter of if it's abuse. If it's like what we talked about with
that's
Bobby
what I'm
Knight,
saying.
that's
like
different.
I would need to know how this guy was cursing at them. And again, I am willing to bet that this was not the only incident of him cussing.
I mean, wouldn't you hear like cursing in like a PG-13 movie?
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
Right, but that's a movie. That's not your kid actually interacting with a person. Again,
I told you earlier, I rewatched When Harry Met Sally the other day. I've been on a Rob Reiner binge after that tragic accident, and in When Harry Met Sally, a couple of times the F word just comes up.
Sure,
comes out. It doesn't ruin the movie. I don't think less of the people who said it.
But again, the context of it matters and how they're saying it. And I am somebody that curses a lot in real life. I'm not rude about language. It's how you're doing it. Like, not all F-bombs are created equally. We just talked earlier about J.J. Redick, and it seemed like he walked back a lot of what he said on Thursday. These are the same grown-ass men that you were talking about who play in the NBA, who hear F-bombs all the time. J.J., I think, may have recognized this is not productive. If I maintain this tone the whole time, I'm going to eventually lose the locker room, or after a while, you get ignored if that's the only button you ever push. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that this isn't about using F-bombs. It's how he used F-bombs.
Well, Pat Riley used to say, they tune you out after 10 years. So if they do that, if they tune you out after 10 years anyway, you got to use any means necessary to get your point across.
Right.
It's not like you're out staying, you're welcome. I just wouldn't have fired the guy. But
you might if you knew more information.
Right. Yeah, I don't know the context, but I think in general, like I don't understand. Right now in streaming, you can curse all you want, but you can't curse if you're on a network.
I mean, these are old FCC antiquated.
Get rid of that rule.
I agree with. Again, cursing doesn't bother me in a vacuum, but I have seen, particularly now that I'm more involved with youth sports because my daughter plays volleyball, I see a lot of different coaches. And I think back to when I played high school sports and a lot more things were permissible, and how many coaches I had that were really trying to instill a sense of discipline for us that would help a team versus coaches that just knew they could get away with being a-holes.
Right.
So they did it.
Yeah. Those people do exist. That's for sure. Okay, coming up next is Game of Games. Are Travis or Sua running around here yet?
They are.
Yeah, get one of them to come in here and play Game of Games, or you can get them both if you want. and we'll do it next. It's the last game of games of the year. If Andy wins, he protects my win. If Brian or Funch wins, they take half of my mythical money. I get $10,000 for winning the month, and they would get 5 of it for tying me for the month. It's a game that has to do with LeBron turning 41 tomorrow. Crazy. All right, it's his birthday tomorrow, and so that's what the game has to do with. First, before we get to Game of Games, let me tell you about National University. You heard me talking about them earlier in the show. These guys are fantastic. Veteran focused and veteran founded. Born and built right here in Southern California, NU has more than 150 degree programs, credentials, and certificates. And here's the best part. They make it achievable on your schedule. 4 and 8 week online courses, a generous transfer credit policy, and millions handed out in scholarships last year alone. Plus, you're never on your own. Whole team support, professors, advisors, and resources to keep you on track. If you're what they call an ander, that means you have a job and you have a family and you're trying to go to school. They're here for all your ands. They will make it work on your schedule. So if you don't think you have time for a college degree, think again. Go to their website and see for yourself. nu.edu. They're a proud sponsor of the Lakers, proud sponsor of ESPN LA, and anything I've been talking about, they have answers to on their website, nu.edu. Check them out today, National University.
Time for our LA Rams to bounce back from the loss in Seattle. It's Week 17 Monday Night Football in the ATL. Coverage begins at 3:15 p.m. with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff with Travis Rogers and Sua Cravens.
Kickoff from Mercedes-Benz Stadium at 5:15.
And after the game, don't miss the Rams postgame show.
Rams, Falcons.
Hello, this is Puka Nacua of your LA Rams. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
At Normal Legal, we know you have a lot of choices, but you need family and a championship-winning team on your side.
Absolutely, Joe. When someone's been in an accident, they need a team that goes full throttle, tackling every obstacle to get the maximum compensation they deserve.
Exactly, Travis. We've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts, and we never leave our clients on the sideline.
Do not wait. Call 213-747-1234. Again, 213-747-1234 or visit normandlegal.com.
Normal Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end January 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, time for Game of Games. Last Game of Game of the month. I have a 2-point lead, but this is worth 2. If Brian or Funch wins, they take half my prize money, but to help play spoiler, I have 2 good candidates, Andy Kamenetzky and Travis Rogers, who joins us for the first time in over a week. Trav, how the holidays going?
Fantastic. I've done nothing other than sit around, eat a little bit, drink a little bit, played a little golf. It's been pretty good. It's been a pretty good few days.
Good for you. Okay, so, and then Trav and Sua are taking over for us at 3:15, and we'll preview the Ram game with Travis after Game of Games. But let's play the game first. Tomorrow is December 30th, which is the best day of the year to be born on if you want to be a Hall of Fame athlete. Do you know this, Trav?
I know a couple of them.
Okay, Andy, do you know this? Three of
LeBron.
the biggest names. Do you know the other two?
I don't know the
Tiger?
third.
One of them?
Tiger.
That's the other one I know.
LeBron James, Tiger Woods, and Sandy Koufax all share the same birthday, December 30th.
That is strong.
So I have a list of people who may or may not have all been born on the same day. Not the same year,
Okay.
but the same day. For example, if I said John Ireland and Laura Romo, that's a yes. We were both born on July 15th. We share a birthday. I didn't put that in the game because I figured you guys, some of you would know it. But I've got a list of 10 groupings, and some of them were born on the same day, some were not. You guys just tell me yes or no, okay?
Interesting.
All right, here's number one. Eli Manning and his nephew, Arch Manning. Eli Manning and Cooper's son, Arch Manning, were both born on the same day. Brian Cohen, yes or no?
Yes.
Michael Funches.
No.
Andy Kamenetzky.
No.
Travis Rogers.
I'll go yes.
The answer is no. I made that one up. And Andy and Funch are on the board.
I feel like we would have been hit with that knowledge so much over the course of this year.
Okay, number two, Funch, this one coming to you. Tom Cruise and Post Malone. Tom Cruise and Post Malone, do they share the same birthday, Michael Funches?
Ooh. Those guys are just too different for you to kind of like put them together. So I'm going to say yes. You do.
Okay, Andy.
I'm going to say yes.
Trap.
No.
Brian.
Yes.
The answer is no. I made that one up. So everybody's on the board except you weasel, Brian Cohen.
Oh, is he going to go
He
for the...
lucky losered me earlier this month, and if he lucky losers me again, it's just
Can
so
I be honest?
fitting.
I thought that one was a yes just because I was like, John had to have landed on that factoid because I'm not sure he knows who Post Malone is
Okay.
to have made that up.
I think you'll sense a theme as this game goes along.
Okay.
There are several of those. All right, Andy, this one starts with you.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx and Taylor Swift. Do they share the same birthday, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Trap.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Funch.
We'll go yes.
You are all correct. December 13th. They were both born on December 13th. Okay,
I'm now thinking about show rundowns and like because there's always a birthday section in all of our shows.
In my mind's eye, I'm like, how many times have I seen these names together?
For real, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, Trav, this one to you.
Okay.
Babe Ruth
Oh.
and Ronald Reagan. Did they share the same birthday? Babe Ruth and Ronald Reagan, yes or no?
Literal
Yes.
same birthday.
Or you're going yes. Brian.
Yes.
Funch.
No.
Andy.
No.
The answer is yes.
Oh.
And here's the weird thing. February 6th, okay? Also the birthday of Tom Brokaw, Bob Marley,
No kidding.
and my mother, Myrna Ireland.
Hey!
So I knew that one. All right, so the score is Trav 3, everybody else 2. Here is the next one. Brian, back to you. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, and Whitney Houston. Did Gavin Newsom and Whitney Houston share a birthday? Yes or no?
I'll go yes.
Okay, Funch.
Yes.
Andy. Gavin Newsom and Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Yes, Trap.
I'll go against the grain. I'll say no.
You're glad you did. The answer is no. I completely made that one up. All right, Trav now has a 2-point lead. I'll make him go first. It's Trav 4 and everybody else 2. Okay. Travis, Cindy Crawford, and Rihanna.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Cindy Crawford and Rihanna.
Yeah,
yes or no?
Maybe there's something in the air about beautiful women on that particular day. I'm going to say yes.
You're going yes. All right. Brian.
I'll go no.
You're going no. Funch.
Yes.
Andy.
No.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Travis is on a roll.
I know.
All right. So right now, it's Travis 5, Funch 3, Andy 2, Brian 2. There are 3 left. So, Brian and Andy, you have to go opposite of Travis, okay? And Trav, here's your next one.
All right.
Chris Rock and Garth Brooks, do they share the same birthday?
No.
Okay. That means Brian and Andy are both a yes. Funch, what say you?
No.
The answer is yes.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
game
Still
just
alive.
tightened up.
Still alive.
Travis 5, everyone else 3, 2 left. All right, Trav, Michelle Obama, and Jim Carrey. Do they share the same
Walk into a
birthday?
bar together.
Michelle Obama and Jim Carrey.
That just feels so weird to put those two together on accident. Yes, they share
You're
a birthday.
going yes. All right,
Yeah.
that means everyone
Yeah.
else is forced to go no. The answer is yes.
Ah.
They do share the same birthday. And Travis wins it.
I just said that's the weirdest combination
We'll
of
do,
people.
we'll do the
Travis
last
goes
one
high.
and the tiebreaker just for fun. All right, the last one. Brad Pitt and Billie Eilish. Andy, yes or no? Do they share the same birthday?
No.
Funch.
Yeah, they do.
Brian.
I'd say yes.
Trav.
I'll go with Andy. No.
The answer is yes. So they both share. Okay, here's the tiebreaker. Everybody's got to just throw a dollar amount at me here. All right. You don't have to write down since we're just playing. I'll come to you. All right. In 1997, Paul McCartney's birth certificate became the most expensive birth certificate in the world when it was sold at an auction. How much did Paul McCartney's birth certificate fetch at that auction? Closest wins, and you can go over. So, Andy, just make up a number, a price, what somebody paid for Paul McCartney's original birth certificate.
1997?
Yeah.
I'm going to
Sir
say
Paul's still alive, obviously.
$110,000.
Okay, $110K. Trav?
$1 million.
$1 million. Punch?
$236,000.
$236K. BC?
$75,000.
Okay. The winner is Brian Cohen. The answer was $84,146.
Very close,
That's a
Brian.
bargain.
Yeah, had you gone 100, you would have been closer. But Brian just missed by less than 10 grand.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
I have questions. The number one being, how did these people get Paul McCartney's birth certificate? Like, doesn't that belong to Paul McCartney?
I think he probably offered it up for charity, is what happens. Like, people say, hey, we could make a lot of money for that from an auction. Like,
I hope that's how it happened.
Like Meta World Peace, when he got his first championship ring, what turned out to be his only championship ring, auctioned it off for mental health awareness. He got close to $1 million for it, and they just took all the money and they donated it to a hospital for mental health awareness. So stuff like that happens if you have something of value. I'm trying to think of what I have that would be of value that I could donate.
Your championship rings.
I have one.
Yeah.
I also have a mini basketball that I got from emceeing a charity event signed by Shaq and Kobe.
Oh, that's great.
That I probably need to hold on to it for a little longer to make it worth. And then I have a copy of Shaq's rookie card that he signed in mint condition.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to auction off one, if not all three of those things for charity. I just got to wait till the time.
I bet
right.
that Shaq card is pretty valuable.
Well, somebody would know. Somebody who knows just
especially if the card's in
DM
really
me.
good condition too.
Yeah. No, I don't have memorabilia like that.
Years ago, like this.
Yeah,
is
I
when
said earlier in the show, if you walked through my house, you wouldn't know I was a sportscaster.
Yeah.
All that stuff's locked up somewhere.
Yeah.
When I was in college, there was this MTV game show called Trashed, where the object of the game was you would have to answer questions or whatever, I think like trivia type stuff. But if you lost, they would trash an item of yours that meant something to you. Like they would destroy it in front of you.
Oh.
And I did a couple tryouts for the show, and I got really close to being a contestant on it, except the item that I offered up of value to me, they said was not big enough because it wouldn't translate on camera. So I said, well, what else can I offer up?
What did you offer up?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Like I think it was like a figurine or something, or like something ceramic that meant something to me. They're like, it's not big enough. I said, well, what can I give you? And they said, what about your car? They're like, what if you put your car up there? I said, that's my car. That's not like my spare car.
Right.
That's my actual car. They're like, can I give you something else that I don't need? And we couldn't agree on the item to trash, so they didn't bring me on the show.
I'm assuming you were in your 20s at the time, right?
I probably like 20.
Yeah, you can't just trash a car.
How much would the car have been? Just out of curiosity, was it a
did
newer
you look
car?
At the
Was
book
it was
value
a beater?
just for the heck of it?
No, I did not look.
Okay.
I didn't.
Was it a few thousand, a few hundred?
It was. I would say it was worth a few. It was like a used Accord.
Okay.
It was probably worth maybe a few grand or something. Like I had driven from St. Louis to California and back a few times, but again, I emphasize this was my only car. This was not like my spare knock around.
Well, at this point, though, you were a true L.A., maybe not a native, but you were living like an L.A. person. We wouldn't give up our car for anything.
Right.
You were walking or the bus or something no chance.
They kept looking at me really perplexed that I was saying no. I'm like, God, this is my car. I can't sacrifice my car
Any money
for
I would
game
win on your show, I would have to spend to replace
right, exactly.
the car.
I wouldn't come close to making this back.
That's odd that's what they tried to get you to do. All right, coming up next, we will preview the Ram game tonight in Atlanta. What's it mean? What should we expect? Travis is here. We'll try and get Sua in here. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it a Rui. Three-pointer. Good! Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
He plays with toys, and kids leave cookies out for him. How do I get that gig? Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Make a New Year's resolution you won't break. More Morongo.
Number 2.
We've got over $1 million in progressive jackpots at your favorite slots and table games.
And the number 1 reason.
Morongo's New Year's Eve Regency Ball. A royal affair filled with fun, $50,000 in free slot play and prizes, and fabulous good times.
Morongo. Good times.
The biggest moments in sports live on ESPN LA, powered by Hard Rock Casino Tahoe.
The college football playoff.
Hot pass gets around the corner at the 10 to the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown! Malachi Tony on an 11-yard run. Miami has the lead.
The biggest moments in sports on ESPN LA from ESPN Radio, powered by Hard Rock Casino Tahoe.
All right, fans, here's your winning play. Live entertainment that hits harder than a goal line drive and 24/7 gaming with nonstop action. No huddle required. Punch it into the end zone at Hard Rock Casino Tahoe, just 15 miles south of Bakersfield.
The biggest moments in sports happen on ESPN LA.
The champion has landed. Lionel Messi's exclusive wine is here, and he chose Mortada Imports, the only place in the U.S. to get it. Stop searching. The 10 GOAT Primitivo Puglia is the bottle every sports fan needs to own. This is your chance to celebrate like a champion. It's history in a bottle. Don't miss this winning opportunity. Pre-sale is happening now. Go to messywine.com. That's messywine.com. Own the legend.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football. 710 ESPN.
All right, coming up shortly, in 15 short minutes, the Los Angeles Rams pregame show against the Falcons tonight on Monday Night Football starts, and your hosts will be Travis Rogers and Sua Cravens, who are nice enough to join us now. Sua, how's the holiday going?
It was great. I mean, my golf rounds got canceled due to the monsoon that we all just experienced.
Well, Trav and I navigate that world weekly.
So, John, Sua did something that you have been unable to do.
Which is?
He smoked me the first time we played.
No kidding?
Yes.
That's hyperbole.
Well, you beat me.
I beat you. I didn't smoke you, though.
It was
best I've
decisive.
ever done is tie him.
It was
Were
decisive.
you giving strokes or
no,
straight up?
Straight up.
Well,
Wow.
okay,
Yeah.
so hold on, because I know there's an age difference. So you're thinking,
Yeah.
the youngins should be able to give him stroke.
Same
this
tees?
guy, certified sandbagger. All the people.
I'm well aware.
All the people that we golfed with.
I've had my ass kicked by Travis on numerous occasions.
This is blasphemous.
He tried to embarrass me in front of my good friends at Pechunga, who I told him, like, hey, I'm bringing my guy out here. You know, he plays. He's a member somewhere. You know, they're like, oh, we'll see. We can get up and down.
By the way, great course, didn't you think?
It's amazing.
Spectacular.
No, I thought Travis was giving you strokes because you're newer to the game.
You know what? That would have been a nice thing. That would have been a great
wait
thing.
a second. So how old are you?
30.
Trav?
54.
Yeah, that's you. He doesn't even be giving you strokes.
24 additional years of swing experience?
No, 24 additional. Supposedly, you lose a yard with every year.
Okay.
So there you go. Which strangely is about right.
That's about right.
This is when we knew he was a sandbagger. His first swing, the people I'm golfing with, they're like, he's a single-digit handicap, isn't he? I'm like, it looks like it. It looks like
Did
it.
Did he play with the bent putter?
No, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I got it fixed. I don't make any putts anymore.
Why in the world? Why didn't you call me first? I would have talked you down for that.
An intervention.
I had a moment of complete idiocy where I'm like, you know what?
It's been too long. I'll get this fixed.
I should get this fixed because I bet I could become a really good putter if I got this fixed. It went the exact opposite.
Okay, so before we get into the Rams, and by the way, I'm looking at Devontae Adams warming up on the field. I don't think he's playing, but we'll get into that in a second. So we spent a lot of time today talking about this USC-Notre Dame thing, and since I've got you here, I just want you to answer this one question. What I have trouble understanding is I don't think what USC was asking was unreasonable to move the game to earlier in the year.
Yeah.
They're the only team in the country that has played a ranked opponent non-conference that late in the season for the last 2 years. So I thought, you know what, who cares? Move the game earlier in the season. Notre Dame said no. But when they broke up, when the breakup happened, all my friends who have USC ties blamed USC. And I assume you're like this. Keyshawn blamed USC. Petros blamed USC.
Of course Petros going to blame USC.
Who do you blame for the breakup or the end of this rivalry, at least temporarily?
For me, I don't like to play the fence on this. So there's a lot of people playing the middle because you can't blame USC and say Notre Dame had nothing to do with it because both sides declined offers from both sides. So if USC is running from Notre Dame, that would mean that they wouldn't want to schedule the game at all. So as a player, I want to see the game played. To me, I
think most fans do.
This is terrible for college football.
I agree with you.
As a purist, USC Notre Dame need to play
but
every
if there was
single year.
A blame pie, as we like to say around
it's 50-50.
here. You think so?
Because you're a team in no conference that needs USC for your big, beautiful ball at the end of the year, just in case you slipped up early in September, which you have done.
Twice.
To beat USC, not saying it's a guaranteed win as of late, and I'm not a homer. I can say it is a guaranteed win for Notre Dame as of late. For you to not be able to say, you know what, we're an independent team that literally picks our schedule as we go, we can accommodate a historic rival
I thought
to
they
September.
could too.
But I think both sides, to be totally honest, were offering ultimatums or lines in the sand that they knew the other side was going to say no to.
I can say I made an offer. You said no.
Well, what I said earlier, you guys, was there are two teams and two schools that are used to dictating terms, and neither one of them liked the other one trying to
they also have
dictate
incentive. Both
terms.
of them have specific incentives, if we're all being honest, not to play this game. So
Well,
I think
now they're not gonna.
But doesn't SC need it far less than Notre Dame needs it?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. You're not in a conference, and if USC's not there to save whatever slip-up you may have had in September, you're not getting in the playoff.
That's why Notre Dame wants this at the end. USC wants it at the beginning for the totally opposite reasons.
Okay, so let me pivot to the Rams. We got the game tonight. You guys are going to do the pregame show here in a minute. I personally think, we all know Sean McVay, if given the choice between resting players and protecting them from injury or rolling the dice, leans towards rest. He always has his whole career. He's been consistent on that. I actually think, guys, he needs to play these games to win, and here's why. I know he doesn't care about seeding, but he's in a weird spot. Somebody is going to be the 5 seed, and they're going to get to play either the Saints or the Panthers in the first round of the playoffs.
Bucks or Panthers.
Bucks or Panthers. Thank you. That's a much easier route than having to go to Philadelphia. Sue, I'll start with you. I think they need to play to win. What do you think?
I don't think the Rams need to play Philadelphia anytime soon.
Right.
So you need to treat this game like it's the playoff game.
Trav, you've interviewed Sean McVay for years. You've covered this team for years. will he listen to this line of argument, or will he say, you know what, screw it, I'm resting guys?
I hope he does, because I think he needs to play both of these games like they're incredibly important, because I think they are. The seeding is one part of it, right? Playing Tampa or Carolina is a far easier ask than Philadelphia or Chicago.
And by the way, the weather's better.
The weather's better.
You got to go there, but you got to go to better weather.
You're going to go to a warmer place than Philly or Chicago. That's number one. Number two, Matthew Stafford's trying to win an MVP. And if Matthew Stafford doesn't play really well tonight, and I think it even goes into the final week, Drake May just threw 5 touchdown passes. They're neck and neck.
Well, look,
they are right next to each other.
Tonight's game, I'll just put it on a completely different level of why they need to win this game and why they would take this game seriously. They have Atlanta's pick.
Sure.
So it is in their best interest
imperative they lose.
For them to beat Atlanta, even if they were out of the playoffs, even if they were the number 1 seed locked up. It would be important for them to win this game tonight regardless. It is important that they beat Atlanta.
100% on that. But if this were the choice between you're going to go to Philadelphia or Chicago at 5 or 6, it doesn't make much of a difference. They're both cold. They're both really good. Tampa and Carolina are not Philadelphia and Chicago.
Yeah, they're
both the weather
and
they're both. I mean, I'm sure you guys watch Monday Night Football. Chicago looks really good. They look
that
like
game was unbelievable.
It was a bananas game. But Carolina, the Rams, they turned it over 3 times and still probably should have won the game. Tampa, we saw them walk them up and down the field on a Sunday night. They're a lot. They look terrible. It's a totally different opponent.
Yeah. So if you can play one of those 2 teams, I think that's a huge advantage. All right. Now, let me tell you guys about the fantasy dilemma I have tonight. I really can't do a lot about it, but I do have one choice to make.
Is this your Super Bowl? Is this the last week?
It's the second of the last week. We play all the way through week 18, but I'm tied for first place. Okay. He's done. Okay. My opponent's done. I have both Kyron Williams and Blake Corum on my roster, but I can only play one of them. I am 9 points down.
Kyron.
Yeah.
Trav, you agree?
I would defer to him, but yes. I think he scores more touchdowns.
That's who I'm playing.
Yeah.
Now, but here's the weird thing. We're in a standard scoring league, so the only way I get points, there's no PPR at all.
Touchdown.
The only way I get points is a touchdown, or for every 20 yards, I get a point. So I need him to stick it in the end zone, and I need him to rush for at least 60 yards. Do I win or lose?
I think the touchdown you'll get.
Easy win.
It's Kyron. By the way, John and I are totally simpatico right now because in my Super Bowl, like it's me versus someone else for our league Super Bowl, my team's done. I have a 28-point lead.
But you are PPR, right?
Right. We are PPR. He's got Stafford and Kyle Pitts.
Cooked.
Oh, boy.
The computer only has it as a weighted coin flip in his favor. Our scoring system is not super quarterback friendly. I really need Pitts shut down, and I need Williams to go crazy early so they establish this thing early. And
from
Stafford
your
doesn't need
lips to the football guys. By the way, we just saw Devontae warming up. That's posturing.
He's not playing.
Right? No way.
Stafford's going for 300 tonight. After what Drake May just did, he's going for 300.
How many picks? One tops. And I don't think he'll throw one per quarter.
By the way, I don't know if were you guys listening earlier when we were doing Fastrack and Brian mentioned how many interceptions the Jets defense has this year? Can you believe that?
None.
Zero.
They have 4 takeaways on the season.
We're through week 17. So if I would, wouldn't you
thought
have
he
bet
was
your
a
house
defensive
that they
coach.
would get at least one if I would have offered that to you at the beginning of the season?
He likes to run a lot of man.
And so that's why they're not getting picks?
It's hard.
That and they traded Sauce Gardner, right?
And you got rid of your best corner, but it's hard, and your best D lineman. But it's hard to make plays on the ball when you don't see ball. And when you're in man, you got man eyes. You're only worried about this receiver. So, and they run a ton of man defense.
Right. And so, and by the way,
I can't believe that.
I know.
I feel like, Sue, if you went out there next week for the Jets, you could get 1 interception or at least 1 more fumble recovery.
And Brian, that's never happened before in NFL history, right?
This, Sue.
I would get carted off MetLife Field before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, but what are the odds that an entire team would go an entire season, 17 games, 0 interceptions?
How many plays does a team run on offense typically? About 70?
About 50 to 70.
Okay, so let's call it split the difference. Call it 60. Somebody do the math real quick. What's 60 times 17? Okay?
It's a lot.
So that's how many offensive plays they're running that they're seeing against.
4,200?
Right? So they're seeing.
I'm doing it right now.
So this number, whatever it is, what is it?
1,020.
1,020 plays.
I'm putting you on my Jeopardy team, man.
Round about 1,020 plays. Not one time did the ball get knocked loose. Not one time did a ball slip out of somebody's hand. Not one time did he not.
Or how about like the first play of the game last night that hit that guy right in the hands and landed right? So how does that happen in an entire season? Have you ever played? Have you even gone in your whole career, high school, college, pro, a month without an interception?
No.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah,
that's hard because you got 5 or 6 DBs on the field. Somebody's got to have them make a play.
Maybe not at the end of the game, like a Hail Mary into the end zone. Something the Jets never win.
That's true.
Some teams are
not
cursed.
a lot of Hail Marys being run against them.
Yeah, that is just crazy. All right, so a lot to break down tonight with this game. Go Kyron Williams. I never root for anyone to get hurt ever, but if Blake Corum wanted to kick back and take the night off,
maybe he's got a headache.
I'd be
You're
very
gonna easily win your game.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll find out. All right, Travis and Sua are coming to us. Andy, thank you for doing this.
It's fun, man.
Last Mason and Ireland show of the year, so we want to thank you for listening. Look forward to joining you again when we come back for 2026. First day is going to be Monday, January 5th. That's it for Mason and Ireland. Rams pregame. Travis Rogers, Sua Cravens, coming at you next, ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold face off with the Detroit Pistons inside Crypto.com Arena.
LeBron's got it. Give it a Rui. Three-pointer. Good. Huge three by Rui.
It's your LA Lakers and the Detroit Pistons from downtown LA. Coverage begins tomorrow night